Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Always manage to get myself into pickle before I start these shows. Had everything under control and then didn't realise that the countdown clock was set to a minute and not to the required 2 minutes that I always need. Try and get that going in a sec. Welcome. Of course, we got the online sale tonight for Harasser Trotters and the team at Nutrien. And so we have got a few things going on here. You can see down the bottom corner there the actual online bidding and where it's at the minute. And what I can actually do, we'll actually go to this one and we'll flick over to there, and you can actually see the horses now that they're actually all live. Every horse is on the market except for Ready to Shine at the minute there. The last horse bid, if you have a look at this one here, over on this corner here, you'll see that it scrolls, it'll actually tell you the last bid, and that was it was on Access to Success. So we've got 30 minutes to go, plenty of time. If you want to get invested into this sale and want to purchase one of these horses, by all means, it's very easy to do. Contact Mark Barton and Gemma Smallman down the bottom, and they will look after you and get you hooked up there. So that'll be the best way to get involved. If you are watching this and you are bidding online, or are bidding and you would like to keep up to date but watch and listen to what's going on, just be aware, 40-second delay with Facebook, about 20-second delay with YouTube. But of course that's from when I see it, so there's a small delay there as well. So you could be looking at up to a minute delay. Do not watch me and think that you're going to be able to keep up with the live feed and keep on top of it. We've got a big show, so we'll continue to go, but of course we are going to keep up to date with this sale as it goes along. I'm going to get Mark Barton on the phone. All going well. We will hopefully get Barto on the phone. He's a busy man. He does know I was going to ring him though.
Hello.
He's on the phone. I'll give him 2 secs because he quite often could be in between phone calls and things along those lines, and it is tricky because he's actually runs a sale behind there. Stuart Turner, hello to you. Great article today. Stuart alluded to me too about Karen Manning. I'm going to sit down and go for a read of it, and I might actually sit down and have a good chat to Kez about a lot of the things, but the awareness that we don't have, I suppose, with the industry and some of the people we have in our industry and how brilliant she is. So yeah, Stuart, I'm actually going to be in England. I think I fly out the 6th of August with the great Mark Hughes. So we're going to be over there for the Vincent Delaney Memorial. I've got a video. I'll show the video a little bit later on as well of the mobile. It's pretty impressive for the Vincent Delaney Memorial. Of course, that's on August 10 and 11 at Wolverhampton. I think I say it wrong, but I try to get it right. But Wolverhampton. So yeah, so it will be there. Just trying to get me YouTube right now. We're good to go. So the YouTube feed is up. So if you want to fire any of the comments in, please, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you get there as well. And Scott Purden, good evening to you as well. We will just try Barto one more time. If I don't get him, I will be fine. Cambrai, hello to you, all the way from New Zealand. He won't be picking on me for wearing a beanie. We've got Jackie Gibson. We've also got Ewa Justice, both going to come on tonight's show as well a little bit later on. Ewa was, of course, down the beach today, but I think she was being a bit cheeky.
I know you've contacted Mark Barton.
We can't get hold of Barto just at the minute, but of course all of those horses are for sale. What I'll do, we'll flick back over to that. We'll go to the clean screen. Sorry for all the comments. Keep firing your comments in. We'll keep them going. We'll change a few things up tonight on tonight's show, but of course, Famille d'Etoile, lot number 1, info to Honor Streak, half the Wilmer's mate is for sale for $700. And Species Libre, the Ready Cashmere out of the Lyle Creek family, info to EL Titan for $2,700. Amore Fraternel, the Repeat Love, half the Wilmer's mate as well, by EL. It's got an info to EL Titan. She won 4 races herself, $1,000. Parisi, 1 win, Ready Cashmere, Sundon Way family, info to Classic Connection, $2,000. Maddie Williamson, hello to you, Maddie. Yes, Stuart Turner, I will do that. Sorry, I'll get to that in a sec. Sval Queen, the Muscle Mass, half the Brownlow Prince, info to Classic Connection, $600 at the minute. Lot 7 is Parisian Chick, half to My Valerie, info to on a streak. That horse there is at $1,900. Access to Success at $800, lot number 8. Of course, that's a mother of Norquay and so many more. She's the mother of Norquay, sorry, and that's out of that Moneymaker family. What a family that is. Lot 9, Pretty Peggy Sue for the Australians, Kinvara Sue, Pretty Majestic and Ravon Hall, all of that same family. The Mari Moon family. Hello, Alan Jane. Josh Dickey, hello to you as well. Info to EL Titan, $1,000. Lady Cardigan, broodmare only, by Village Mystique, $500. The next of these are not in fold. Dukon for $600 is not in fold. Gearon, lot 12, is actually in fold. A Classic Connection for $500 there as well. McGee for $500 there. The Best Madrick and Lyle Creek family. No bids yet for Ready to Shine, the mother out of the great Adela's Dash family. We won to the races. It's run a couple of placings, Sophie's Motion, and then My Chimia is a half to Don't Care. So all of those horses are there and available, and they will be down the bottom, and that will continue to keep up with the bids as they go along. I was hoping to get a ting. There you go. Whenever that ting happens, that means we've had a bid, and that is on bid number 9. So it's Pretty Peggy Sue is now at 1,100. So whenever you hear that bid coming through with any of the talks, you'll know that we've had some bids. We'll try Bardo one more time very quickly. If we don't get him, I'll go to our first guest because she's got a bit of a story to tell. Mark, you're there, are you?
Yeah, I am, mate, I am.
Sorry, I turned the volume down so I didn't hear the ringing, and then I didn't realise that you were there. A little bit of action happening now, mate, starting to hot up for this sale.
Yeah, look, it's the usual thing, isn't it? I suppose people are coming inside, they're knocked off from work or fed horses and come inside, but it's going about how we thought. It's usually the last half hour where 95% of the action happens, and I guess the other really good thing is that, we knew these horses were unreserved, but I think we've gone on nearly 50% more regos since 11 o'clock this morning. So
yep.
A lot of people have logged on today and actually had a look. So I'd hope to see a bit of action. It'd be nice to get that lot 14 on the market. Talking to Pat Driscoll, I know he said she's actually a really typey mare and she's a really good family. So there's opportunity there still on lot 14 for someone to have a good look.
And only one old enough to race, Bardo, and that horse has raced and placed as a 3-year-old. So yeah, the other two, the next one's a yearling and the next one's a weanling by Classic Connection.
Yeah, correct.
So
yeah, and good family, mate. When you read back through her pedigree, like there's some big winners in there.
No, absolutely. But for a few people that aren't aware, we say it's going to hot up in a minute. 6 o'clock, things will start to get a little bit interesting with the sale. Effectively, they race against the timer at 6 o'clock. That's how it works, isn't it?
Yeah. Look, we'll set it with a 2-minute clock to start with, and then that'll wind down. If there's not too much action, we'll drop back to a 1-minute clock, and then once we set it at 30 seconds, it takes over the sale. So the computer controls at the start. If there's no bidding, it shuts down, but we'll go to 2 minutes, and if there's nothing happening, go to 1, and then 30 seconds we set it to a timer. But often, once 6 o'clock happens, with 15 lots, I'd expect probably 15 minutes. We had 200 lots in the June sale, and it would take us 45 minutes to see no more action.
Yep, that's right. So it does go from there. So don't miss out. People who are watching, I'll explain to them that this is delayed. So do not sit there and think you can bid against the clock when you're watching my feed, because we're effectively, by the time people watch it, they could be anywhere up to a minute and a half behind, so be aware of that. But if you are watching, you're able to see what they end up selling them for. If people still are interested in these mares and want to get involved in this sale, Bardo, your phone numbers are there. The correct Mark Barton phone number, wouldn't believe it, I've got Bardo's number everywhere, but I copied it off one where there was one digit wrong. It is 0419 488 256, or Gemma Smallman's numbers underneath there as well. Get in touch with you guys right now, Bardo, to get involved.
Yep.
There is still time for people to get in touch.
Just the last one, mate, on that lot 10 through 15, the ones that haven't got a file in, and like a lot of those mares weren't joined. It's not like there's a breeding issue there. We're looking at lot 10, the Village Mystic. She's got again all imported genetics, but she's being sold as a brood mare. She's only a young mare, she's only a 2021 drop mare herself. So yeah, she's never had the opportunity. The lot 11, the same thing, mate. She's being sold. not in foal, but she's a producer. She's produced in 22 and 23, but she wasn't joined. So there is actually an on a street colt foal out of that mare. So but don't discount those mares because they haven't got a foal this year. It was just they have a lot of mares to join, and they didn't all get put in foal this last season.
No, and I said there that lot 12 is in foal to Classic Connection. It's actually not in foal to Classic Connection. It's got a Classic Connection foal at foot, so be aware of that as well.
Yeah, not in foal. If you're looking at Auctions Plus, I've done that this afternoon. There is a banner that's across the top. If you click on one of those tiles, and that'll give you more details on the right-hand side of your page, you'll see the it'll tell you what the breeding is. It's pre-tested and last day of service, so you can see that. It's obviously in the pedigree details. If you click down to the full pedigree, now the pedigree page has that. But I just we ran that across the top. People could see what those breeding details were.
So just so people are aware, I've got lot 12 gear on up here, and you can actually see, hopefully you can see where the mouse is moving up the top there, and it just clicks across the top, not in foal. That's one of the alerts there, so people are aware that is there. And then if you go back to access to success, positive test, in foal to on a street, and the last date of service, but they are all on their pedigree pages as well, so make sure you're aware.
Correct. Yeah, I just put the banner there just if someone was rather than clicking deeper into the catalogue, it might have just made it easier. So looking at the likes of lot 1, they know that it's on a street. Is the pregnancy that mare carries. Yep,
absolutely. Brilliant, Bardo. Thank you. I'll let you go. Good luck. I'll talk to you probably not straight after, but at some point afterwards, and go from there. But if anyone has any queries, please get in touch with Mark and Gemma. Their phone numbers. I haven't changed the camera over. I was like, it looks very white. Probably looks better without my mug on it, actually. But the phone numbers are there. Mark's and Gemma's. Get in touch with them right now. 20 minutes to go before we run to the clock, 19 now, so it will get busy very, very shortly. But thanks very much, Bardo, and I'll chat.
Good on you, mate, and I appreciate your help. Thank you.
Chat to you shortly, so thank you.
Mate.
So Bardo there, so make sure you're involved, get involved. It is simple. Some people have issues with it, but it is actually very, very simple. Get in touch with the guys at Auctions Plus and on Loose Lines, and Nutrien Equine. Man, I say some dumb things sometimes, and go from there. So, yep, it will be, it's all good to go that way. Rightio, we're going to get in touch with Jackie Gibson. She's got a couple of stories to tell, but we'll get hold of Jackie now. So hopefully she knows she is, well, she does know she's live. We're just going to hope she remembers that she's live. So, Success Stud is watching.
Hello, Paul.
Jackie, how are you?
I'm really well. How's things with you?
Very, very good, thank you. It was quite funny. I just actually said I hope she's watching, and I just clicked on the mouse just see who was watching, and Success Stud popped up. So you're watching it there, and you'd be well and truly aware we've got a broodmare sale on tonight with the trotters. So sort of a busy time, but I thought I'd take the opportunity, one, to get the message out there, but then catch up with you on what's been a fabulous couple of weeks.
Oh, just been tremendous couple of weeks, and yeah, I'm just so proud of that little mare that we have and her history, and yeah, I'm just delighted.
Because we're talking about I Keep Smiling, who won. Oh, I didn't write the name of the race. Was it Golden Girl? Was the name of the race?
Yeah, the Golden Girl up in Brisbane at Albion Park. That was just a huge thrill.
It was, yeah, it was. The other night she was absolutely terrific. I think she went 52-2. A couple of things I didn't write down, but I think she went 52-2, which is a massive time around that track there. That's for sure.
Yeah, totally. Certainly is. And Luke was able to drive her a little bit differently as to how he's driven her in the past, and yeah, was really great up against that calibre of mares. It certainly just put her in amongst them.
It was indeed. It was a great field. I've got the race panning out there in front. How was your confidence level, Jackie? One going into the race, and I suppose here at the 400 metre mark.
I was just so thrilled to be in it, and against mares of that calibre, Ladies in Red, just amazing, and Artie's Delight. It's just to be in there, and I thought if we could run a place or something like that, you'd just be over the moon against that sort of calibre. Luke has always been confident in I keep smiling. So yeah, it was great. And then when she popped out and away she went and just did it quite easily, really.
And so were you there at the track?
No, I was there the week before, but I wasn't there. So Jock and I were jumping around in the kitchen.
Very, very good. I bet you wish you were there. But I mean, she's just been a terrific filly for you. $290,000 in stakes now. She is a daughter of Sweet Lou, of course. Woodland's great supporters of mine. But she's only a 4-year-old mare now. It's scary the money some of these horses can make, isn't it?
It is. You know, that's certainly right. And she hasn't been campaigned, hard at all. So yeah, it's there should be some more left in the tank, one would hope, and just being able to own a filly like that. And of course, we bred her, and we had her mother and her grandmother and her great grandmother. So it's truly entrenched.
It's been a brilliant family to you, and it's I would imagine a little bit of a, I suppose, game changer for you guys, albeit that you've got a great name with breeding horses and you've bred plenty of really good horses over the journey. But this whole Eye family just must be an absolute game changer to you guys at the minute.
Oh, absolutely, and it's been a strong family. Well, 2IC, that's going back 18 years ago now, and
wow.
The story behind it makes us all feel old, doesn't it? The story behind it was Jas Morella, who's the great grandmother. She was a very, very good 2- and 3-year-old. I think she was Australian 2- and 3-year-old of the year and raced through. And then she was sold to the States. And Mum and Dad had watched her racing, and she was on about a 48th win. And they were able to secure her through one of the claiming races. And then the guy went up to actually get her that night, and I think he was nearly shot because she was already booked to No Nukes the Stallion over in the States. But anyway, they sent her north, and she won another 2 races to win the 50. And then she came back to Australia, and actually Mum and Dad had her in foal and took her off to a broodmare sale. And then when she was tested, she wasn't in foal, so they couldn't sell her. So that's how it all really started.
Out of a little bit of luck, if you like.
Yeah, well, a little bit of not good luck at the time because she was
luck.
She was, just as luck would have it. So we had a couple of foals out of Jas Morella that were sold at the yearlings, and then we had she was coming up, and we sold a couple of fillies like Jazzy that Colleen Bamford had, and another one that Mum had bred she kept, and then the mare foaled, and I said to Dad, if that's a filly, I'm going to keep it, and that was Grace Robinson.
Wow.
So that's basically where my passion for that line came in.
It was I'm going to get into trouble, someone will tell me off, but Jas Morella, was that Tubby Peace? Or was it, no, it couldn't have been Tubby Peace because Tommy Marr drove it. I can't remember who trained her, but I do know Shoefly was Tubby Peace and McNeese's and those. It is all that family. I can't remember.
Max Agnew, Agnew, I think that's his name. Yes. Yeah, so and Tommy Marr had something to do with her too?
Yeah, he definitely drove her, and the McNeese boys bred her and the likes. Anyone sitting here watching it, I was 12 years old at the time, so I got into horses when I was 14, so it was just prior to me getting into the horses, so I do apologise. We've got a little bit of bidding happening here. It's all been for lot number 9, Pretty Peggy Sue. Anyone that's watching this online sale, Pretty Peggy Sue has been all those bids. She's up to 1,600 now.
I can hear the pinging in the background. It's a great sound to hear, isn't it?
It is, and I worked out how to put it through. Every other sale, I used to have it in there and I couldn't work it out. I managed to get 5 minutes a day to get it through, and it does adds that little bit to it. So if you want to get involved in this sale, make sure you get in touch with Bardo and Gemma down the bottom. Jackie, you've got an invite to the Eureka off the back of that run. Well, I don't think, actually, in what I've read afterwards, it's not off the back of that. But Wayne and Julie Loder and the Western Force slot are the ones that have picked you up. Of course, they had horrible luck, again, for you guys in the Riverina of New South Wales with Extreme C going amiss. They had it beforehand, but you've already got a relationship with Wayne and Julie, and now to be able to fill a slot must be a great feeling, all round.
It is. It's so lovely, it being, Wayne and Julie are over Bathurst Way, and Wayne has a couple of broodmares here, and he'd been watching I Keep Smiling from her 3-year-old career, just, maybe thinking along, well, he'd already secured Extreme C, and then when that went amiss, he had, like her just on another list of reserves that he, had thought about early on. So, yeah, it's worked in really, really well. And, Wayne and Julie, they're lovely people, and, they enjoy their racing. So it's just terrific.
Yeah, no, it is. It's a good story. And I think Wayne last year took his own horse. This year he's stuck true, though, because, Extreme C trained at Goulburn just up the road. He's looking after the locals, like he's giving the locals, a good run as well, which is terrific, I would imagine, for you guys in New South Wales.
Yes, absolutely, and it's really I think for people that race fillies and mares, that's a huge bonus, that we can see that these mares and the way that they're bred nowadays with the speed factor, it's we're more than competitive.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And you say about mares, of course, last year it was won by Encipher, so that gives you a bit of confidence as well, doesn't it? That a filly can win these sorts of races.
Exactly, it certainly does, and it comes back to the breeding and the how things have changed so much, and we're all very much on an equal par now, so it's just great.
Pardon me. It's never good to start coughing. I'm going to keep coughing too, unfortunately, but I do apologise for that.
And it's great too, to see mares competing on a world stage, or it's going to be that again this year to go through, particularly, those of us that go to the yearling sales and sell fillies. Bardo often talks about residual value. Well, this is certainly it.
Well, that's exactly right, and the fillies are just doing so much more. We've seen what the fillies are doing, especially the trotting fillies. We're selling trotters here tonight, but the trotting fillies are winning the derbies, and the Oaks, they're going gangbusters all around. So it's not just the paces, and it's the fairer sex, as they like to be called, which is, I don't think, fair, but they are going gangbusters everywhere you go. So that last bit anyone wanted was on a more for out now. This is starting to hot up. I won't hold you much longer, Jackie, don't worry about that. But we've got a minute. It's okay, because at 6 o'clock when this starts to hot up, so keep watching it. But I think it is great, and it increases the value of these fillies and gives breeders an option now, Jackie, of being able to sell fillies at a sale. And
most definitely, yes.
It's generally been a colt sale, and people wanting to sell a colt. That's all the interest at the minute's on lot number 3, is it's just pinging away. Now it's up to 1400. So there is plenty going on. Jackie, though, one little thing that I did get told, a little birdie, like as a person that sells, and you've got to keep your eyes across everywhere. Bunbury races at 4:51 yesterday afternoon. Express Party got beat a pimple, but super impressive at its debut there for Success Stud. You must have been wrapped with that one.
Yes, that was so great to see. So we're, that's beside ourselves whenever you get a winner or something, particularly for us when we see the JG go round, and that's just terrific for Tony Dumacy now, because he purchased Christian Party, so it's terrific.
Yeah, and the other part about it, Mouse Brennan, Michael Brennan's been over to Sydney the last 2 years. He's bought.
Yes.
And to get a result, this is the first year that he bought with the Nutrien sales, and took a horse back, and to be able to get a result straight away, that's just great. And of course he was back this year. He was back earlier this year. It all rolls into one.
He purchased this year again, and I think he went back to Tony and got the filly. Tony had a filly there out of Christian Party.
He may have too, actually. Yeah, he said that he was keen on that one. Yeah, so
it's really, really good, and I believe they were broken in the Riverina, so that's keeping everything in country New South Wales.
Yeah, a shy little pedal might have broke those 2 horses in. We won't leave his name, but he'll know. If he's watching, he'll know, and I'll get a message. So that part will be fine. But it is good, isn't it, when you see your progeny go off and win? It's not just always about selling horses at the sales and trying to get top dollar for them. It's watching where they progress to. Absolutely. It's a huge thrill when you see something that you've
you've had all the way through, and then you sell it, and it goes into great hands, and then they get the wins out of it, and it really gives you a great feeling that you're producing stock that's winning, and it is wonderful.
No, it is indeed. But I think the way I keep smiling, of course, she's got what has she got? 49.9 to her name as well. Like, I mean,
yeah, 49.9. She's got that one. So I don't know what else she has, but I guess we'll see in the future.
What are your plans, Jackie? Like, quite often people want to retire them. Like, have you thought past your 4-year-old year? I mean, it's no secret that Luke's got a team in America. Would she be one of those fillies maybe that might try something different? Is there something planned with her?
And no, we just we'll get the next 48 days out of the road, and then we'll see what happens after that. I do have a foal in utero at the moment, which we did via embryo transfer. That's the Better's Delight coming. It's due on the 14th of October. Not that I'm counting.
No.
And I'll probably, if she goes through and Luke feels happy enough that she's still right to keep racing, then we will, and I'll do another embryo. But yeah, no, I haven't really. Luke and I haven't discussed sending it to the States or anything like that. I am a breeder at heart. I do enjoy watching them race, but that's where she'll come back to is to the farm, and we'll breed some more foals and sell those.
And sit back and enjoy those as you go along. This sale's starting to hot up, quite a few of these picking up. Just very quickly, you are on the committee board at Menangle, and I know the Eureka is run through Harness Racing Australia, but it is run at Club Menangle. That must be another nice little fillet for you.
Oh, it is. It's great, and the work that they've put in, the whole team, Bruce's team at Menangle, they work so hard, and their promotion staff and their ideas. It's going to be something fantastic again this year. Yep,
absolutely, and you've just got to be aware now that the camera could rock up any time, and you've got to be ready for it, don't you?
Yeah, thank you, Paul.
Well, I've left a couple other things out. Don't worry about that. So it is all good. And you're safe. You're going to be saved by the bell, Jackie. We've got 4 minutes to go, so I will let you go. But congratulations. Well done.
Thank you so much.
Look forward to catching up with you again when that hots up and a little bit closer. We've done quite a bit of work together. We'll hopefully continue it next year as well and go from there. But congratulations, and it's a great story. And well done to Wayne and Julie as well. Probably don't get a lot of plaudits, but I think what they're doing behind the scenes for the Riverina and keeping it on the map, I think well done to those guys as well. So,
absolutely.
Terrific. Yep.
Appreciate that. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you, Jackie. I'll get back to this sale now, but thank you very much.
All right. Bye-bye.
We have Jackie Gibson, and she has just gone off. So there's plenty starting to happen with this sale. Michelle Arnott, hello to you. People are watching. We'll actually flick, where's my camera there? We'll go to the clean screen just for the minute. The last bid was actually on lot 11. The pings and that might be out of whack. Because that's because they would have gone on twice. So when the last bid, if you look at the last bid here, if it doesn't change, it just means there's another bid on that same horse. So you can see now we're coming up. We've still got 3 minutes to go, so it's not finished yet, but people are really having a go. $900 for Famille d'Etoile. That is lot 11. Ducon's gone to $1,600. It was at $500. It had one bid when we started this. That horse has been very, very popular. Still no bids on Ready to Shine, which is unusual. It is an unreserved sale, so you will pick that horse up for $500 if you put a bid in. We got $900 for Famille d'Etoile, and Species Libre is at $3,000, $2,100 for Amor Fraternel. Parisi at $2,000. Saval Queen $600, $2,000 for Parisian Chick, $1,000 for Access to Success. Pretty Peggy Sue at $2,400. $500 for Lady Cardigan. One person's put a bid in, and that's it. Ducon at $1,600. $900 for Gearhon McGeeve at $500, and My Chimia is at $700. As I said, no bids as yet on Ready to Shine. Famille d'Etoile has gone to $1,000, and Parisi's gone to $2,100. So they were the last two bings. 1-1-1-2 now for lot number 1, so it's at 1-2. There was 2 bids in a row on Femelle d'Etoile, so it's starting to hot up. 1-3, so again for the same horse, 1400, so you can actually be just keeping an eye on that horse there. And of course there's plenty of ways you can actually watch this. If you actually can go to there and you'll see the horse, so that's the horse in question, and the market will keep picking it up from there. That last bid was on lot number 9, which is there, but we might go back. What I'll do is I'd rather go back to this one, which is a bit easier for everyone to be able to see and makes it a little bit easier. Getting very close to 6 o'clock, and the timer will start shortly. Lot 15, $800 just then. Lot 6, $800. Lot 11's had a few, so it's at 18. Jucon's at $1,800 now. Lot 6 is at $900. So what happens is, anyone wondering what actually happens here is that, I knew that was going to happen, just excuse me for one sec. What actually happens here is that people may get to their price range and then they'll try on another horse. Other people are sitting on these horses and just seeing. So Brittany Graham, hello to you. Michelle Hargraves, hello to you as well. Tony Harvey, all joining in just to watch it, because we've got races going on everywhere too. We've got Bendigo tonight, and a few others. Murray Little, lot 8, a couple there for lot 8. Lot 15 is now at 1,000. So it was at 500 about a minute ago. 2.7 now for Pretty Peggy Sue. Lot 14 is on the market. Every horse, unreserved sale, every horse now on the market. So well done. Great effort. We've got them all on the market, which is what we wanted then. $1,000, 1-1 for my Chimere. When the clock starts up, I'll flick it over. The clock hasn't quite clicked in just yet. There's still a bit going on here at the minute. Jucon is at 2.4. Access to Success is at 1,400. So I think you'll find things are going to start to hot up here, where we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got half a dozen of these horses into the thousands, into multiple thousands actually. So lot 15, my Chimere, is now at 1,200. It was at 500 when I was talking to Jackie. It had had one bid. Ready to Shine, it had the one bid. It's now at 1.3. There's a few people keen on it. The time has started. So right, we've got to flick back over. So what will happen here, you will see the timer running across the top in a minute. So you can see in the top right hand corner, the 1500, there's a green line that'll tell you when it gets down. So at the minute it is at 2 minutes. Pretty Peggy Sue 2.9 was that last bid. We'll leave it on this screen. We'll keep it on this screen for people to go from there. Gemma Smallman's watching. This actually makes it a bit easier. Sorry, I can get rid of all the other things that I had open there. Lot 11 again is at 3,000. I think the beeps you hear might be a little bit off center, because one's coming through one computer and another computer. So Jucon was that last one at 3,000. So lot 8 just then, Access to Success now at $2,000. You can keep up to date, as I said. Come up to the top here and you'll see the last bid. So 2.1 again, so another bid for Access to Success. Lot 15 has just got one for 1,400. Lot 9 at 3,000. Again, 1,500 now for lot 15. And every time there's a bid, that 2 minute client timer will reset. Lot 9, 3.1, Pretty Peggy Sue. Now that horse is in folder EL Titan at 3.1. Lot 3 is at 2.3, Amor Fraternel. So it's at our 2.3. Plenty happening here. Lot 8, 2.2, Access to Success. Lot 3, 2.5. That was the last one. It might have had 2 bids in a row there. Lot 8 has just got another one. It's at 2.3. So plenty happening. If you are watching, but if you want to get in touch with Mark or Gemma, please do so. Their phone numbers are everywhere. I can't go back to that screen. Well, I can, but I won't. I actually won't, because I'll miss out. That was lot 8 again. So Access to Success has been harbouring a bit of interest at 2.5. So we've got every horse is on the market. Ready to Shine has now got a bid. So McGee and Ready to Shine have both had 1 bids. Every other horse has had more than one. And this is Amor Fraternel 2.7. Amor Fraternel again. So that's gone to 2.7. Sorry. So it was 2.6 now 2.7. And just wait for a few people. There'll be a bit of ducks and drakes. Some people will be sitting back trying to see where other people are at, and we'll just see what happens here for the minute. But yeah, 1 bid and the person's been able to get Ready to Shine, so a good result for that person. Going a little while now, and people will be able to see the last bid was on a More Fraternel. I'll get that one there up. There she is there. And she's in fold to EL Titan. You can see that scrolling across the bottom there. So down to a minute. Lot 8 just copped a bid then. Access to Success. at 2.7. Don't worry if you don't hear the tings. It doesn't always come through. I reckon the computer and that are a little bit out of sync. I've got two computers, so they can get themselves out of sync a little bit, but that was Access to Success, is now bid at 2,700. Go from there. If I was a registered bidder, I would be able to see the actual bids here. I'm not a registered bidder, so I can't see that. So that's, I think what's happening is there's a bit of a delay with the streaming computer, because it gets a bit slow because it gets a few things on top of it. And so that last one was at 2.7. That was for 2.8 now for Access to Success. So she just had another bid. So as I said, just because that doesn't change doesn't mean there's not bids, because she's at 2.8, she was at 2.7. This is a much easier number for me, I must say. I'm pretty happy with the number to be able to force us to be able to watch. I can say who's had a bid and who hasn't. Of course, this will drop down at some stage, I think, to a minute, and then it'll drop down to 30 seconds. Lot 2, 3.1. Lot 2 just copped the bid just then, so that's at 3,100. That's en species libre. So it is now at 3,100. A lot of these mares, yeah, they're on the market. Still very, very good value. You've got mares by Use to Me, Ready Cash, Repeat Love, Muscle Mass, Love You, Glide Master, Pegasus Spur, Pretty Peggy Sue, that is, of course, Village Mystique, Muscle Hill, The Best Madrick, and Sundon. You can buy a Sundon mare down the bottom, Chimaria, for $1,500. So getting down to now about a minute to go, but you'll find people are just sitting back and just waiting. It's like when you go to an auction. We can flick back to this screen here for a sec. When you go to an auction and you are waiting to see someone actually have a bid or not have a bid, they hide behind doors. They try not to do too much at all. They just try to sit there and wait. So we'll just wait and see. Lot 3 and 11 both just had bids in, 2,800 and 3,200. So two bids in a row just then. I'll leave it on this screen for a sec while things quieten down. When it bids up again, Lot 3 again now is at 2.9, so that's a more Fraternal. And another one then for Lot 11, Jucon 234 now. For Jucon, Lot 11 is now at 3,400. Jucon's a Muscle Hill mare, half to Unbell Alert, not in foal. This is that Glenferrie Unixa family as well, so it's a terrific family to get involved in. Zaval Queen, half to Brownlow Prince, in foal to Classic Connection, $1,100, so terrific value there as well. That was the last horse bid on lot number 6. And we'll just keep this going for a little bit. It will start to hot up soon. Mark reckons about 15 minutes, so we've been going about 6 minutes into this new bidding now. So the last bid is still on Zaval Queen. I get in trouble for rocking, but rocking's not too bad. Lot 12, it'd be interesting to see if Brittany was watching. She might be buying a broodmare, you never know. Gear On, that's at 1,100 now. So Gear On, the Use to Me, half to Pretty Majestic, Kinvara Sue, and Rave on Hall out of Pretty Peggy Sue. She's a maiden mare. And yeah, she's now at $1,100. Lot number 9, Pretty Peggy Sue, is now at $3,200. So she's been a terrific mare, and of course she's out of that Lunar Landing family, so goes back to Spider Girl. What a family. So now the minimum bid, there is no minimum auction running time. Please bid early. So they're just alerting people to make sure that you bid early. So they just reminding people, they just put a big alert across there. So don't wait and think you're going to be safe. If you're going to have another bid, go for it. I think what will happen, you'll find this will flick over to a 30-second update in a minute, I would suggest. So 3,600 now, Pretty Peggy Sue. Geez, that happened quick. I didn't even see any of those. She flicked over very, very quickly to that. I know what I'll do so people know I'm here. I'll put the old GoPro up the top corner. Good job, Paul, as usual. Thanks very much, Johnny Rudder. I do appreciate it. Some people love them. Some people, I love going to sales. I think there's nothing better. So, yeah, this is probably a bit better, and then people can see the fact that I'm actually still here. I worry when I put a screen up, people think, oh, he's not there. But, yeah, definitely here. We can make it a bit bigger too for this one. We don't need too much else. And go from there. It's a bit all about me. No, it's not really. I've just taken Mickey. but you can see there, so I think, oh, that was another one for Pretty Peggy Sue, $3,700 now, Pretty Peggy Sue. It just reset just then, it didn't reset then, so yep, it can be a bit interesting. Got plenty of people watching. Don't be scared to send your messages in as well. I can put them back up when we go again. 3.8 now for Pretty Peggy Sue, so she is continuing to climb. 4,000 now for Pretty Peggy Sue. Lot 3 is now $3,000 or more for Atenal. Is now got to $3,000. Lot 7, 2,100. That is Parisian Chick. Just gone up. Lot 11, Jukon 3.6 now for Jukon. I think there could have been 2 bids as well there, because I think it was at 3.4. Lot 7 is now 2.2. Right, things are starting to hot up. Lot because we're going down to a minute. Lot 9, Pretty Peggy Sue 4.1. So it's gone down to a minute. The timer has. It's gone from 2 minutes to 30 seconds. Brett Coffee, hello to you. We are down to a minute. Thanks, Gemma. I just got the message. Just send. Tell people to write messages to me, and Gemma does that on the Peep feed. But thank you. 2.4 now for Parisian Chick. So plenty of people watching. Brett Coffee. He, of course, they've got new stay-in standards, so they might be looking for some mares, of course, for clients. He might be just sitting there saying, "Shut up, Paul." They tell me a bit. I talk a bit too much. Lady Cardigan now. There's a fresh bid, $600 for Lady Cardigan. So there's a new bid came in. That mare had only had the one bid. Lot 2 at 3.3. Right. There's plenty of people out there. Plenty of interest still in these mares. I think this could go for a little bit longer yet. So as people continue to bid, it will continue to go. As I say, they play ducks and drakes. At some point in time, this will probably flick to 30 seconds. Gemma may give me an update. 3.3 for In Species Libre. Now for 3.3, of course, she is in foal to EL Titan. EL Titan's a sire of 107 winners in the US. 80% of his foals that hit the races, make the races. 80% starters to runners. Amazing. $10 million in stakes as well. You're buying a mare there in foal to him. That was lot 9, 4.3 now for Pretty Peggy Sue a couple of times. Might see, I can't get that. We'll put it on Pretty Peggy Sue. We'll change it up a bit down the bottom because people won't be sure. So 4.3. Oh yeah, I can do that because then they change. So if I can manage to find the one that they're bidding on, you'll see it change there in the on. You can't because I've got myself over the top of it. I can always move me for 2 seconds. We'll put myself down here and then people can see what's going on. So that was lot 15, My Chamia at 1,600, 1,700. Let's see if there's another bid coming in. No, it's lot 8. They just went to Access to Success is at $3,000. So if I'm quick, I might be able to, because what seems to happen is quite often people, they can have it, I think you can have it geared that if someone puts a bid in, you can go over the top. 3.4 now for In Species Libre. So she's at 3.4. She was the last horse bid on. Keep an eye on these comments and that, but please get involved. Throw your comments through. 3.5. So you would have seen it just change there from 3.4 to 3.5. Over here, of course, we're talking there. So I managed to get one, which is a good result there. So this horse, obviously, that was the horse in foal to EL Titan. As I said, the horse has just done an amazing job in the US. 80% of his foals make the races. 80%, that's massive, including 2-year-olds this year in the US. So oldest progeny of these horses, the mares that are in foal. So and going from there down to 30 seconds. Lot 15, My Chamia. This is the mare that's by Sundon. Half to I Don't Care, not in foal, 1,900 now. So it's had a couple of bids again just then. So it keeps having a couple of little bids going along. Buzzers are going off everywhere here at the minute. If you watch on YouTube, don't be scared to fire a comment in as well. And we will see what happens. Got plenty of people watching, which is good. Hopefully we've got plenty of people bidding, which is even better for harassed trotters, which is what I'm here to do, to promote their sales and Nutrien and harness racing and have some fun. What else would you want to be doing on a cold Thursday night? Lot 7, 2,600. You could be at the trots, I suppose, but you'd be in a beanie. We're going to get Ewa Justice 2.7 now. She'll be on in a minute. She was at the beach, but she was telling me how hot and sunny it was, and then I've seen a reel. I don't think it was that hot and sunny. There, Jukon now at 3,700, 3,800 now for Jukon, and just another bid then for Parisian Chick 3.1, Jukon 3.9 just in front of us, 3.3. Right, things are starting to hot up here a bit now. 4-1 for Jukon, 4-2. You can see this changing right in front of you. A couple of people are keen. 4-4, she's at, it just keeps clicking before I see it. 4-5. 4-6, we'll stay on this horse for the second. 4-7, 2 people are here, that's all it takes. 4-8, 4-8. Let's see if they, someone might sit and try and go to the 5,000. They might not, I'm not sure. No minimum, so bid early. They're encouraging people to bid early. The last bid was on Jukon at 4,800. Jukon, of course, for the Muscle Hill mare, half to Unbella Lure, who is not in foal. But of course, we know the job Muscle Hill has done here in Australia, New Zealand, everywhere, in the US as well. People love the stallions. What an opportunity to be able to buy a filly by Muscle Hill. 4,800 at the minute. There's 2 people keen. One person's winning at the minute, but I reckon they're playing a bit of ducks and drakes. They probably think 5,000 might pull the other person up. Right, down to 20 seconds. Let's see what happens now. Lot number, oh, it got down to 20 seconds. It didn't stay there. Lot 9 and 8 both just got a bid then. 3-1 and 4-4 for both those horses. Let's sit here on Jukon for a second. Nope, Pretty Peggy Sue's now at 4-5. So there's a little bit of interest there. Again for her. Lot 10, Lady Cardigan, now at $700. So Yabby Dam Farms are watching. Hello to you guys. You guys should be busy. Sure, well, mind you, I don't know what you should be doing, but yeah, hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I would imagine it'd be nerve-wracking sitting back there. I do know a few people that listen to me while they're trying to purchase horses on these sales, and they think it's wrong that I tell people about them. Lot 10 again, Lady Cardigan, now at 800. Of course, she's a beautifully bred horse, Lady Cardigan, by Village Mystique. He's just done a cracking job again. Another bid just in, so it's at 900 now for Lady Cardigan. So $900 for this maiden mare, sold as a broodmare only. A more Fraternel, $1,000 now, Lady Cardigan. We seem to be able to find them a little bit. Jukon, 4-9, here we go, back at 5. I think there was ducks and drakes to try 5-1, 5-2. These 2 people just sort of sit back for a while. I think they keep their mouse finger dry. That's what they must want to do. So Lot 6 has had a bid since then as well. Zwar Queen at $1,300. We'll keep it on Jukon. There we go again. So she's at 5-3, 5-4. They're the battle of the mice here at the minute. Keep clicking, guys. Have some fun. The things come back. I don't know where they'd gone, but they decided they'd come back eventually. But anyway, they're here. So 5-4 there is for Jukon. Getting down to 30 seconds. I got caught out before because, yeah, once it gets down to 20 seconds, Leah Coates, hello to you. Once it gets down to 20 seconds, it will actually go red to alert people. Lot 10, Lady Cardigan now at 1-1. Was that last bid? That was Lady Cardigan. Don't know what happened to me beep. I didn't touch nothing and it's all of a sudden come back. I love technology. 1-1 for Lady Cardigan. 1-2 for Lady Cardigan. So a couple of bids there for her. Lot number 10. I'm still keen on Jukon at the minute. It is actually the highest priced mare in the sale, the maiden mare by Muscle Hill. So beautiful family too, because that's the Unbella Lure. Of course, Unbella Lure, we'll talk before there, Jackie, about fillies that can win derbies. Of course, she won that, the trotting derby, what was a stellar year as well. 4-6 for Pretty Peggy Sue. Another great family that we have there. Someone's been lucky enough on Lot 14 to put 1 bid in and get that, and also McGeeve. Both of those are going there. 5-6, 5-7, 5-8. $5,800 for Lot 11. That is Jukon. Have been the last couple of bids going along there. 5-9. Are we going? We got a 6,000. 6-1. Can we get a 6-1? Can we get a 6-1? That beep was out of portion, unfortunately. Got me excited. 6-1, 6-1, 6-1. I could make an auction here. 6-1. Cambray was watching earlier. Bardo's probably watching. They're like, no, you can't. You rabbit, too much rubbish. But anyway, who knows? So we're still at 6,000 for Jukon, the Muscle Hill filly out of the Unbella Lure family, Glenferrie Unixa. This horse is not in foal. It's a cracking family. Opens up who you can go to too in the stallion ranks, because there's a lot of Muscle Hill stallions. Of course, what's his name is here, Held Titan, had all sorts of trouble there. So 18 seconds. Let's see what happens here. 15, 14, 13. It will reset. Lot 9, Pretty Peggy Sue. $4,800 from 4.7. So she's getting up there as well. So it may drop back 5,000 now for Pretty Peggy Sue. This is what happens. The person on Ducon may have missed out. Wants this other family. So now we've got Pretty Peggy Sue at 5.1. This is how this works. So you don't miss out on a horse. You still might be keen on lot 1, but right at the minute you're trying to get one of these other ones and then purchase another one. There's plenty of options here at play that people are trying to do to get horses the right way. Parisi's still very cheap, I thought, for $2,000. 2.1 actually for a ready cash mare, but last bid 5,100 on Pretty Peggy Sue, down to 25 seconds. But as I said, 40-second delay. Do not listen to this and think that this is in time. Of course, it is delayed. What I'm watching when I'm saying it is right, but when you're receiving it, it is delayed. Lot 3, a more Fraternel, $3,400 now, and that was very close. Lot 6, Zval Queen, $1,400. $1,500 for Zval Queen, $1,600 for Zval Queen. Don't tell me, here we go. $1,600 for Zval Queen, and we're going to get a $1,700. Of course, Zval Queen is a muscle mass, half the Brownlow Prince, so we know what sort of job he was able to do. $1,600 we're sitting at the minute. I don't know if this is good TV or not, but I enjoy it. I enjoy being the closest I'll get to a rostrum. So yeah, $1,600 for Zval Queen. Are we going to get $1,700? There was 2 people on it just there before. Ducon is sitting at 6,000. Pretty Peggy Sue at 5.1. 20 seconds to go. Reset on, yeah, we got 1,700. Will we 1,800? Beautiful. 19. Can we get 19? 19. 19. Zval Queen. 19. 19. 19 in lot 6. Come on, punters. No, I better not be too silly. I'll get into all sorts of trouble. 1,800. Can we get 1,900 for lot 6? Lot 1, $1,700 for Femelle d'Etoile. So she got to $1,700. $1,800 for the daughter of Use to Me, and that is, of course, out of the Wilmer's Mate family, in foal to Honor Streak at $1,800. Still at $1,800. Lot 1. Lot 6 has gone to $1,900. Will she go to $2,000? Lot 6, Zval Queen. We'll wait and see. No, she didn't. Lot 7 went to 3,200 just then. So it's still not ticking over. Waiting. 3-2 that is for Parisian Chick. 3-3 for Parisian Chick. Parisian Chick is in foal to Honor Streak, and there's a half to My Valerie. 3-2, 2,000 now for Zval Queen. So we just had 2 in a row. So Parisian Chick went 3-3, Zval Queen went 2,000. Femelle d'Etoile 1,900. Just then, Zval Queen's at 2,000, 3-3 for Parisian Chick. Lot 1's at 2, so now we're at $2,000 here for Femelle d'Etoile. Of course, as I said, in foal to Honor Streak. Honor Streak, US Breeders' Crown, 152 and 4 trotter, fastest trotter imported into Australia at the time. He's by Cantab Hall, same sire as Volstead, and we know the job that Volstead did here, was doing, I shouldn't say did, he's doing here in Australasia as we speak. And of course, with the influx of prize money for the trotters, into New Zealand harness racing as well, it's pretty exciting as well. So a few Kiwis watching, hopefully they're buying. 20 seconds down to, and we just had 2 bids. I missed one, but lot 15 is now at $2,000 was the last one. I didn't see who the other one was. Might have been Pretty Peggy Sue actually. 5,100 now, I think was her actually. Pretty Peggy Sue 5.1. So my Chamia is at $2,000 as well. So that was the last 2 bids then. Lady Cardigan now at 1,400. There was a little bit of interest on this once it got going, I think. The line's doing something funny on me there. It's not resetting though. So she's at $1,400. Spoken about her a few times. Ready to Shine a McGee. I haven't said a lot about either of those 2 horses, but they are on the market. I think the clock might be about to reset because lot 10, 1,500. Okay, so it did just go up. It was doing something funny. It was almost, yeah, like it was jammed, but it wasn't. So Lady Cardigan now at $1,500. Yukon, $7,000. Wow, there you have it. She went from 6 to 7, so someone's very keen to get her, that's for sure. Yukon, the Muscle Hill mare, out of the Ullenballalur family. So well done to people there. Unless that was a horse that people were bidding on and I didn't see it, that might have been why the line was staggered, and it got up to $7,000. Tony Chibnall, hello to you, my friend. You need a trotter, Tone. You could buy one and get involved. That might have been, I might not have been seeing that actually, the bids, because I think that's what's happened. I think, anyway, I'm not sure. Lot 10 Lady Cardigan now at $1,600. If I get off this Yukon, you watch. I know what's going to happen. We'll go to Lady Cardigan because I think this is where all the bids are at the minute. A few of these have levelled off, haven't had a lot of interest. Yep, I knew that was going to happen. 7-2. Two people very keen on this trotter. Very, very keen as well. $7,200. Considering I couldn't get it past 4,000 at one stage. They were playing ducks and drakes with me. Going along there, so 7-2. Should always shut my microphone off when I'm drinking water out of the Harness Life drink cozy. 1,700 for Lady Cardigan was that last bid. Anyone wondering? She's gone to $1,700. 7-2 for Yukon. That was a delayed beep. Just ignore them. They're annoying me now. I don't know if it's my end or the other end, but anyway, 1,700 is your last bid. 1,800 for Yukon. 1,900 for Lady Cardigan is now at $1,900. Of course, by Village Mystique, $500 when we started this show. Now at 2,000. Just continues to climb too. Lot number 10, $2,000. So Famille d'Etoiles and Species Libre, Amour Fraternel, Parisi, Vale Queen, Parisian Chick, Access to Success, Pretty Peggy Sue, Lady Cardigan, Yukon, Giron, Miggy, Ready to Shine, and My Chimere are all finding new homes today. What's their price going to be? Bardo said to me we would be going for 15 minutes. We've been going 26 minutes, and this could continue for a little while yet to go. We have still got Ewa Justice to get on, but that's fine. That's what happens in Campbell's Comments. You can go any time. The last bid was still at Lady Cardigan. We're down to the final 15 seconds, and there was a bid on Pretty Peggy Sue. Look at that. 5,200 for Pretty Peggy Sue now, right on the knocker. So, oh, here they go again. 7-4. These two guys are at it. $7,400 now. 7-5. Do we get 7-6? They're having a crack. Dead 7-6. Dear God. Let's see how we go. Can we get another one? 7-6. 7-6. The guys are having a bit of fun. Well, I'm having fun. They're probably not. They're probably not happy. Well, Lady Cardigan's now at 2-1. So she's at 2-1 now. So she's not in file. Neither is Yukon, the maiden mare, at 7-6. So last bid was on Lady Cardigan at 2,100. Yukon's at 7,600. Giron 1-1. McGee Ready to Shine at 500. My Chimera at $2,000. Access to Success 3-1. Pretty Peggy Sue 5,200. Famille d'Etoile $2,000. And Species Libre 3.5, 3-4 for More Fraternel. Getting down to 25 seconds. Parisi 2-1. 2,000s for Vale Queen and Parisian Chick at 3-3. 15 seconds to go. Our last bid was on Lady Cardigan, and she's gone 2-1. 2-2. Sorry, she was at 2-1. She just went 2-2, 2-1 just then. So they're definitely 215. Well, sorry, lot 15. My Chimera is now at 2-1. Right, that's interesting. That one came out of left field, so the Sundon mare has now got to 2,100. We know the job Sundon's done. You want Sundon in your family in Australasia. Every weekend, every time you look at a trotting race, there's a winner by Sundon. So we're going to get down this 30 seconds. The clock will reset. Wow, More Fraternel, 3,500. Just copped another bid just then, so that is a More Fraternel. Plenty of people still interested in a few of these horses. There's just a few little sneaky things happening as we go along here. So Benny Pell, hello to you. Benny, I didn't get to see you today, mate. I got a little bit busy. I will catch up with you next week, though. Don't you worry about that. But yeah, things are starting to sort of hotten up. Benny might be interested in a trotter or two. He doesn't want the odd trotter. Got a great association with Sean McNaughty. I don't know if Shawnee's interested in buying some either. You never know. Luckily, they don't tell me who is interested in buying, because that could cause me trouble. I get my foot in my mouth. I've got Brittany Graham in trouble. I don't know. You never know. Doesn't matter who buys them. If you're keen to buy them, Jamie Lee Bryans. I get into trouble. 10 seconds, 8 seconds, 7, 5. This will reset, I believe. Lot 3 was the last one, so that was a maiden reset. So that one definitely reset on its own. They'll only do that once or twice. If then they might drop at the end of the 20 seconds or 30 seconds, and then if there's no bids, everything stops. So yeah, Jamie Lee King, more well previously known as, until she got married. But hello to you, Jamie. Sorry, I mentioned your name at the wrong time, but good to have you on and chatting there. Lulu Bear, it's a dodgy name, but anyway, hello Lulu, I hope you're well. 20 seconds to go, 18 seconds to go. The last bid was still on lot 3. I dare say that if this goes right to the wire, it will drop back. So we're getting pretty close to it here. Could be a manual reset. We'll look for a renew time. 1 more minute, I reckon. There must be a few people still there bidding. Right, we just had, oh yeah, a more frat now, 3,600, 3,700. Right, we've had a couple of bids now. The mice have woken up. They're not going to sit on it anymore. Joanne Mills, hello to you. Lot 14, ready to shine. Someone's been sitting there all this time for ready to shine at $600. I thought it was too cheap. And so it has just gone there. I missed one there somewhere because it reset. I'm not sure where I missed it either. But it did go back to a, oh no, I know what it did. The clock reset. So we're down to 30 seconds now. The last bid was on ready to shine. The clock is now down to 30 seconds at the top. So 10 seconds to go. Last bid was on 14. Now 30 seconds. Last bid on lot 4. So I wouldn't be surprised. This is going to hot up in a minute. I don't know where that ting come from because I can't see anything. Becky Price, lot 4, 2-2 Parisi was the last bid. So now if you're sitting there on your mice and you're playing games, your time's going to start to run out. So the last bid was on Parisi at 2-2, 28 seconds to go. So Parisi was that last bid going through there. Parisi is in file to Classic Connection, the Sundon Way family, 2-2 for that horse. So got some good prices here at the minute. Jukon 7-6, Lady Cardigan 2-2, Pretty Peggy Sue 5-2. Lot 14, $700. Look at that. Hasn't moved the entire sale, ready to shine. Now there's getting some interest. It's up to $700, and they're playing down in their last 30 seconds, these guys. They're keen. They can see a bargain. Margaret Caldo, hello to you. Great name for harness racing, the Caldo name. Hello to you, Margaret. Hope you're well. John Hall, another great harness racing name. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. So this could be the end of this sale. 30 seconds. The last bid was on there. They could be, there must be, can't be too long to go now. By the looks, we've been going about 30 minutes, so I suspect it won't be too far off. We're at $700. Don't miss out, because once this closes, that is it. 7-6, it will reset. I don't imagine it's going to reset too many more times, that's for sure. So 30 seconds. And these guys are still just looking at them, playing 20 seconds to go. If you're on there and you're keen for one of these horses, don't miss out. Mark Loren, trying to see, anyone may have purchased one, may not have. 5 seconds to go. Lot 14. I don't think you'll get too many more 30-second ones. I don't know when it stops. I can promise you that. But if you don't bid, if there's no more bids at one point in time, they will just close the sale. They'll give people a few warnings. It's almost like the going once, going twice scenario. Right, ready to shine just had another bid at 800. Is the other person going to come back in with another bid at 900? Let's see how that goes, because that one there did actually happen now, so it's at $800. So that ting, ignore that ting. And I wouldn't be surprised something happened then, but it all caught up by the looks. So the last bid still has been on ready to shine. It couldn't get a bid for the entire 30 minutes of the sale and has now had 3, which is good for Yabby Dam Farms and Arasta Trotters. Good for the industry, these horses finding new homes. I think it's great. Hopefully they stay in Victoria with my Victorian hat on, but I don't care. As long as they stay in the industry, people breed from them and have a fair bit of fun with them. That's what we want. So that was another reset. I suspect this sale won't be going too much longer. 7-6 for Yukon, Lady Cardigan 2-2, Pretty Peggy Sue 5-2, Access to Success 3-1, 2,000 for Famille de Toitoise, 3.5 on Species Libre, Amor Fratnel 3-7, Parisi 2-2, Sval Queen 2, Parisian Chick 3-3, Ready to Shine 800, and My Chimia 2-1. That was another reset. So we'll just continue to see how these things progress, but I'm a little bit suspicious. We won't be much longer. There hasn't been a bid for a minute or two. What's a 33? So what are we at? A good minute anyway since we've had a bid, and that was on, of course, Ready to Shine, and I think that was another one. So yep, so that hasn't. So there'll get to be a period of time. Anyone wondering, I think what this means is that there's still people there online. They still is the way I believe it happens. So giving everyone every opportunity so you don't miss out. But you're crazy if you're sitting there and you want one more bid in, put it in, because you could dead set miss out. Someone was at $700 for Ready to Shine. They could have gone to 900, but they didn't. So they're sitting there. One more bid and you'll get it for 900. It's only $200 more. It's half a trolley of groceries, which is sad in itself. But anyway, we won't go there. We'll leave that one alone, and just see how it goes. I think we're in trouble here. We're down to 5 seconds, 30 seconds. So yeah, what we might do, we might flip back to this screen here, and we'll just keep it down the bottom. If anything does happen, I will definitely flick it back, but you can still see down the bottom. If you're watching it on a big screen, you'll be able to still see down the very bottom, but at the minute there hasn't been another bid, so I suspect we're not far off finishing. Again, there was no bids there, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on here, because the green line every now and then does do that. Down to a minute. Good job as usual. Good evening. Hello Nellie Melba, hello to you. Wonder if you'll put your hands on. I think the sale has just finished. In fact, no, something funny just happened. The clock disappeared. Okay, but the clock's back. Oh, I see. Bid activity now controls this auction. Okay, so if no one bids, there is no set auction end time. Please bid early. So if no one bids, this will close. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. 0 seconds. That is it. So the auction has now officially ended, and I will say Yukon was a sale topper at 7,600. 5.2 for Pretty Peggy Sue. 3.5 are in Species Lombro, and that's it. Limbre. They have actually, as you can see, turned all of that off now. So I'll get rid of that one, so I don't have to listen to the tings anymore or anything else that may come through there. So yeah, so that's a wrap. Congratulations to Yabby Dam Farms and Arasta Trotters for that. So yeah, interested how people enjoyed it or didn't enjoy it. Might actually, Bardo's watching, so it's almost code. We'll just give Bardo a quick call. If he answers, might be a bit cheeky actually, might be trying to still work things out. I won't ring Bardo. No, he's watching. We'll try him. If he answers, he answers. If he doesn't, yeah.
No, I'm here.
I was like, should I ring you or shouldn't I ring you? You might be busy. I won't hold you very long, mate. But
no, good to go.
That's got to be a good result for everyone. Every horse moved on, so that's, I think, the name of the game. It was an unreserved sale, and every horse has met, found a new home.
I think, mate, that's the key to it. I think the fact that it was unreserved. I'd like $1 for the few people that said, no, surely these aren't on the market at 500 when we started. And I said, look, that's not where we want them to end, but that was Pat's idea. He wanted them on the market so people knew that you bid, they're genuinely for sale, which is a good result. And I think probably exceeded. I don't know what his expectations were at the end, but at the end of the day, there's some prices there that recognise the quality of some of those mares, which is really, really good.
We've got Jake Stockton on. He might have bought a couple, but Bardo, because he's got a new trot sire as well. But I'm not. You don't answer that, and I was only being cheeky only because I saw Jake's name on there. It was quite interesting, Ducon, when I was talking to you, and actually when I was still talking to Jackie, I think it had one bid on it, and ended up being 7,600. And as they say, you only need two people at an auction, and clearly you had two people very, very keen on that filly.
Yeah, look, and I think there's a lot of people have waited till late in the sale. Look, I know since we spoke there at 5:30, I had 4 or 5 phone calls. I've set another few people up or made sure that they've already got Auctions Plus accounts. But you better activate me. These are actually affordable, and they've had a few bids right at between 5:30 and 6:30. So
yeah,
it's good. And I think these pop-up sales or these these online sales like that, I think for me with a small catalogue of 2 days with 15 to 20 horses, I think it gives people enough time to see them and enough time to get on and bid. But look, no, it's a really good result, mate. Really good.
No, well done to you guys. Well done to Harasta Trotters as well. Because the one thing about it, Bardo, like you said in the performance game, where we have to turn $1. We've got to keep things moving all the time and turn $1. The more times we can spend $1 around, the better it is for everyone, including the industry. So, well done to you guys. I think it's great. I don't know whether there's plans for more of them or not, but I actually like them. They're probably good for ratings for me too. I get plenty of people tune in. I think there's lots of people who like watching them, that's for sure.
Look, from our point of view, it costs a certain amount of money. It's a flat rate to open to put a page up. So, when you go to these you look at these options, you've got to say, okay, what's it going to cost us to put the sale together? At the end of the day, it's trying to service the market. If the market wants it, then we're happy to provide it. What's the timing? I know we did a few sales here a couple of years ago, and there's probably whether the timing was wrong or the horses weren't there. But something like this, where there's a quality product, there's everything's got a value. It's like the real estate market at the moment. It's not where it was 2 years ago, but there's a price point where every farm or every property will sell. So same with the trotter or the pace at the moment. There's some pressure on, particularly in the southern, racing at the moment. But I think with that with every tough situation, an opportunity comes too. Yeah,
no, absolutely. And I think hats off to Pat. I know it wasn't by design, but some of these mares are going to have foals in 3 months. People are going to get a return on some of those mares. The sale topper, incidentally, was not in foal, but they're going to get a return on those mares pretty quickly and be able to have a foal on the ground, and within 2 years, have a racehorse. A year and a half, have a horse going through a sales. So,
and look, like we've said before with Pat's horses, mate, we've got access to some international genetics, and that cost of getting those horses into the country in the first place. The hard work has been done for us, and the opportunity's there and genuinely there for. I know that the passion that Pat's got for the trotting gate. So if we can, take advantage of that and see these horses find some new homes, I think it's good for particularly for the trotting gate for racing across the country.
Yep, exactly, and it was quite interesting. That filly was by Muscle Hill, and quite a few studs have got Muscle Hill stallions or sons of Muscle Hill in their barn, but obviously someone wanted a filly out of that family. So, there was definitely a little bit of incentive out of that, but it's a cracking family as well. I mean, you didn't have to be...
Oh, exactly. And that's the old adage, mate. Someone else's sale horses can often be... There's a champion amongst them.
Yep.
There are all often is.
No, and the one thing I would continue to say, like Pat continues to meet the market, and that's all you can ask for. So, he does a great job. I'm sure he's sitting back, probably just cracking a little bottle of wine, thinking about things. Maybe, I don't know. He might be still in Queensland, is he?
Look, I don't know where he was. I spoke to him over this last 20 minutes because we had a query on one of the mares that I get it from the horse's mouth, but I did speak to him, said I'd talk to him a bit later, and his comment when we started was, I said, look, what do you want to do? He said, it'll be what it'll be. Yep. The horses are genuine, and we'd like to see them go to new homes. We've got plenty of them, and we've got those families, and we'll continue to breed those same families that we're offering for sale. So I think that says plenty about what they are.
No, absolutely. Bardo, thank you.
Good, mate. No, appreciate your support, obviously for Pat as well as us, but it's great for us to have the exposure that you guys give us.
Yep, nutrienequine.com.au. Keep up to date with all the sales dates. I should have a banner with it. If you go to the Nutrien Equine, if you're watching this on Facebook, just go to the Nutrien Equine Facebook page, and you don't have to scroll anywhere. The sale dates are there for the next year coming. Entries open shortly as well. There'll be plenty more stuff happening, Bardo. But mate, thank you and congratulations on tonight.
No, thanks, mate. Look, the other thing you can say, I can't put it in absolute concrete, but in discussions with Harness Racing Vic this afternoon, we will definitely split the paces and the trotters next year with our sale race. So we will be early with the paces, which will coincide with our the same weekend as our sales in Melbourne. So it'll be a race night. We're looking at the 11th of April.
Yep.
With the sales on Sunday the 13th. So it'll be a Friday night final for the trotters, for the paces. And we're just getting HRV going to come back to us with what they reckon best on their program. But I would suggest sort of August, September for the trotters, for the 2 and 3 year old trotting finals for the Nutrien series. So if there's interested parties there and people are asking, that's what we're going to do. We got a market research feedback the other day, and one of the things that was 90% of the people that responded said, look, we'd like you to push your trotting final series back so that we can get them better set for the final. So
well,
what we've done.
One thing they can't say, you guys don't listen. I know that you listen to them all the time. Mataranka Park Standardbreds are watching. Hello to the great man. I better give him a call one day. And there's plenty of other people watching there as well. Bardo, that'll be the Friday, the 11th of April for the...
Let us come out with an official statement on that, but that's what we're looking to do, mate. And that was with the idea that after talking again to some of the interstate racing stables, said, look, for us to race Friday night, bed the horses down away from our home stable and get everything set so that we can get to the sales and actually look at the horses Saturday and then by Sunday would be a better program for them than trying to race Saturday night.
And not locking anyone into dates, so the heats would be run potentially the week before to 10 days before.
Correct, yeah. Look, again, the framework of it needs to be put in place, but there's smarter people than me in racing that'll set that part of it up.
And me. Don't worry about that. You and I are both in the same boat.
What'd you say? There's plenty of people smarter than you and I, you reckon?
Yep. Yep.
No, that's it, mate. No, good idea.
All right, mate. Thank you very much, and really appreciate you being open to me doing these things too, because I think it highlights it. People might not know how it works. Hopefully next time they get involved. So that's the idea of it as well. So
well, look, the big thing, Paul, I guess it's not a secret. Look, my background in this sport's less than 5 years. My wife's family are generational, so it's a steep learning curve, and having access to people like you with your passion and your industry knowledge is it's important for us that we've got access to people like you. So we make more and more of the right decisions, and help promote the product in the sport, because we're racehorse owners, and we're not breeders yet. We're breeding enough stock horses for that, but we really enjoying the ride.
No, the way you keep going to auctions, you never know. Hey, Bart, I'll give you the heads up too on something. I fixed my dropout. I actually worked it out the other night, so it looks like we're gone past 6:30, we're gone past 6:40, and it's all fixed, so it's all good to go. But yeah, mate, thank you. Really appreciate it.
Good on you, mate.
We'll catch up in the next week or two for sure.
Sounds good. Thanks, mate.
Mark Barton there. Of course, I didn't even hang up the button. How good am I going? There with the Nutrien sales. So well done to Pat and the crew going through there. Rightio. I better get Ewa Justice on. Hopefully she'll answer my phone because she's got a couple of good drives on Saturday night at Albion Park. Bang. I reckon she's actually, I know where she is. No, she
Hi,
did.
Paul.
Hello, Ewa. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. I was about to say I know where you are, so you may not answer my phone, and right on cue you did. How is Redcliffe Trots?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I was just trying to get somewhere quieter, so sorry I took a bit, but yeah, no, it's pretty good. It's quite a nice, mild night.
Mild night. How long have you been up there? You went to Menangle last Saturday night, I think it was, and did you just make the trip further up, or did you come home and then go back up?
Yeah, so I went to Menangle Saturday, flew up there Saturday, and then flew back Sunday, and then come back here last night.
Oh, so you only been up there that time. Well, I don't mind that then. So you're giving me a hard time about the weather and how nice the weather is there. I've seen the reel, so I think you're playing tricks on me because you look like you're pretty rugged up. Actually, you didn't look like it was that warm up there, but I suppose it's a lot warmer than here in Victoria.
Yeah, no, I mean, everyone's saying it's cold and it's 20 degrees. I reckon that's pretty warm.
Absolutely. I wanted to get you on. I wasn't sure how many Group 1 races you'd actually driven in before. What'd you say, it's 2 that you've driven in?
Yeah, I've driven in 2, yep.
So who were they? One would nearly be this horse, would it?
No, one was another Nien, just in one of the sires.
Yep.
I think he was against horses like Perfect Class, and then the other one was Modern Bliss and Tassie.
Oh, of course, and you won 50%. How good am I going? 50% winning. You line up this week in the Pride's Easy Feed Queensland Trotting Cup. I'll actually flick it over to that. Oh, hang on. I've got stuff going everywhere here, Ev, so you're just going to have to bear with me. I've got to get my mug out of the page. But Mufasa Metro lines up in what's a cracking field of trotters. You know, I know Mark Gurry, great supporter of yours and Dad's. He loves the trotters. He loves the trotters in Queensland. He's probably a little bit irked at how quickly it's grown. This is a great field, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's a super field. There's a few really nice horses in it, including our one. It looks like it's going to be a really good race, and yeah, Mark's a great owner, always has been, and yeah, it looks like a good race for Mufasa too. He's
always been so passionate about the trotter in Queensland, hasn't
he? Yeah, he has. He's always like had a massive passion for the game, and I've seen it more and more, especially since I've started driving. And Dad was saying today, like, he has been such a loyal owner, but still hasn't cracked a Group 1, so it would just be really, really nice to be able to do it for him.
He's never won a Group 1?
No.
Wow. Okay. Well, there's a bit of pressure on you there for that one, then, isn't there?
I mean, you could say so, but
he also owns Majestic Lavros as well. Taylor Gillespie trains that horse. He's got a few trotters up there, but in this race, so and he performed so brilliantly for the Inter-Dominion Carnival as well for him. But Mufasa Metro, Dad would have been happy with his run last week. You can't complain when, you know, a horse goes as good as what Gus did and seemed to have beat you. But I would imagine Dad would have been happy.
Yeah, no, he was pretty happy. The other one, the Gus, just seems to be in the zone at the moment. Probably, you know, Mufasa, he's quite versatile, but I still think he's probably better in front. I think he might concentrate a bit better. Obviously, he's not going to be in front this week, but I still wouldn't take anything away from it, that run last week, especially travelling up. So I think whatever he does, he'll improve on for Saturday.
You drove him today at the beach. How do you feel?
Yeah, Dad drove him at the beach today. He said he was really good. Seemed to come on from the run, so it all seems positive leading into Saturday.
You'll be happy to do it. You can tell Dad. You can say Paul didn't know the difference between you and me. I thought that was you driving him.
No, it was him. He's sending me off to drive them tomorrow because he's got an important date at the golf course.
I was about to say, so him and David Miles and the likes, I suppose there's some golf course game on somewhere. They definitely have their priorities. Do you get nervous ever, like you're a generational driver and you like your third generation that I know, probably fourth generation actually, if I think, but it's not just that, like you've got so many siblings that are in similar boats to you. Do you still get nervous lining up in these races?
Yeah, fourth generation, and look, I definitely do get nervous, but once the green light goes, you sort of forget about all that and just focus on the race. But yeah, I guess like you just want to do well, so you do put a bit of pressure on yourself, but I don't think it really affects you once the green light goes.
Yeah, and you just have a love of the game. Do you think you can get the chockies with Mufasa?
I definitely think so. I mean, if you look back at the Inter-Dominion, I'm not taking credit away from any of those horses, but because they're all super horses, but it is probably a bit of a drop back for him, and he probably is sort of the class runner of the field. But obviously, you've got horses like Gus are in form, and Rocking with Attitude is coming off a win, so they're all full of confidence. But I definitely think he's definitely in it to win it, and he'll give him a shot, I reckon.
It is an interesting race when you actually say it. I was just looking there because you've got London to a Brick and Rocking with Attitude, that 2 4-year-olds that are coming through, and they're great trotters. But they're 4-year-olds. They're stepping up against they're both, one's a 4-year-old. They're both 4-year-olds. Yeah, they're both 4-year-olds.
Yeah.
Sorry, I got myself all confused. Yeah, you got horses even like Adele who contested the Inter-Dominion, and on her day she can be as good as any of them. When she doesn't want to play the game, she can be as naughty as any of them. So it is a really interesting little race. Constantinople going terrific. Yeah, it's a really cool field, and $100,000. This is what you get when you put these sorts of races on.
Yeah, that's right. It probably is to our advantage a little bit that Mufasa's probably a bit more seasoned than those horses. He's been in those big races, raced the top horses. I mean, it doesn't get much better than second to Just Believe at the moment. So I'd say he's going into it, pretty spot on.
And you get the travelling mate, Haliver, you get him to drive in race 2 in the Blacks of Fate Consolation. That's going to be a nice thrill as well to get out there on one of the big nights of harness racing. Yeah,
I'm super excited just to be a part of it, but to be on 2 really top horses as well, it's a big thrill. But just to be out there and experience the atmosphere, I'm really looking forward to it.
And you've been there when the Inter-Dominion with Leap to Fame, you were there, that roar, like there is something very different about those nights, isn't there, with the Queensland Carnival and how the Queenslanders get behind their champions.
Yeah, it was amazing being there in the crowd watching Leap to Fame. I think even I was cheering just because everyone else around you is, and you feel just as excited for them and for everyone involved. And yeah, it's one of those things you don't experience very often, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. I actually found myself clapping. I will be honest. It was just so cool to watch. It was as good a race as you want to be a part of, and I think it was just the Queensland crowd that actually got it there. Good friends of mine, Stacey and Dave White. They're staying there with you as well. They've got Major Hot in the Derby as well. How are their nerves? Ev? You can throw Stacey under the bus, not David, but you can throw Stacey under the bus.
I haven't actually met Stacey yet. I only met David this morning, but I'm working with him on the beach tomorrow, so I can suss him out if you want.
Yeah, well, you better flick us a message. You've got to be careful because he's pretty closely related. He's got a lot of siblings in the Riverina, and he's actually related to Mark Barton. So in a roundabout way, and anyway, so it must be good there. And Vic Frost and oh no, I'm going to be in all sorts of trouble.
Gail.
Thank you very much. I'm going to be in so much trouble when I see her next time. She's going to tell me off. But they must look after you guys so well because you all want to go back there.
Yeah, no, they're great. Great people, great to stay with. Really good people. We're just at the cliff tonight actually helping her. So, but you wouldn't do it like you'd do it for her because they're just great people. So, no, it's been a really good experience. And if we come back, we'll definitely be staying with them again.
They got a winner. They won the first.
Yeah, they won. Yeah.
I just went and looked at the results. I thought have a look at the results and see how they go. So, well, that made it even better for you.
Yeah, no, it was really good for her to get a win. I think last time we were up here, they won as well. So it's good when they win when we're here as well because they'll want us back.
Exactly, and then you can come back. Is that all they've got in tonight?
No, she has six in, so busy night. Or five. Yeah.
So they haven't sent one round in the next 2 races, but they won the first.
I think race 6 is the next.
Oh, it's a late night, or they got double ups. Oh yeah, they got a few double ups. The Cookie Monster, what a great name. Anyway, Eva, good luck. Thanks for joining me. Good luck. It's a great carnival, the Creek. So yep, and well done for being a part of it. And yes, hopefully you can get another Group 1 win on the board. But if not, just enjoy the experience and congratulations.
Thanks, Paul.
No, thank you very much. I'll let you go. I'll go that way because I can't find it there. Couldn't find the phone. It had died. So no, Ripon Carnival coming up there. Going forward. I will look after one of my sponsors. I was just looking there before because we're talking about I Keep Smiling there before. Dr. Feelgood won the first race, and he is by Hurricane King Cole. But the next 2 races at Redcliffe, Tomahawk Bart by Sweet Lou and Bold Melly Jujon, also by Sweet Lou. He just continues to do an enormous job. I actually showed something. The show's sort of finished. As I said, this is on loose lines, but I like random things that tend to happen from time to time. And Darren Clayton, listen to Chris's call. Chris call. I can't do that, Darren. Yeah, we'll get the great man on it anyway, but he can't do that to me because I can't get that part across. He likes random. We'll get Darren on. I'm pretty pretty sure I got his photo. Oh, I better get rid of Eva's photo. We can do that. Darren, you're watching. I'm going to give you a call because I wonder where he is. He should be at Redcliffe too, but I don't know if he is or not. Oh, turn the volume down. He might be there. Hello, mate.
Hello.
Hello, mate. Are you there? Tell me you can hear me.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me? And if,
Yeah, I can.
well, if that's the case, that means oh, being cheeky, and then it drops out.
Hello.
Now that's what happens when you start being cheeky. The phone will drop out on you and give you a hard time going from there. Firstly, mate, thanks for coming on at short notice.
Yeah.
Well,
have to make sure I don't burn these teriyaki wings.
Oh, you're not cooking again? I've got to do I've got to do that cooking show, don't I? We keep saying about this, and I do have to. Do one just to have a bit of fun. So you're obviously not at Redcliffe tonight.
Not at Redcliffe tonight. No.
Got plenty going on.
Plenty happening between today, tomorrow, yesterday, the day before, the day after. What day are we up to?
Yep, it'll be fine. Right, just you like random things, so I've just got to do something here. So this is actually stall trots today. Unfortunately, the first race doesn't help me. That was all the tricks. Second was Jim Barker and Jackie Barker with Tsunami Joe. What a shocking name that is. Geez, I should read these names before I go to do them. Anyway, but the next race, Jason Ainsworth drove the winner, Gaelic Sun. James Herbertson drove the winner with Emily Vincent, 2 J's. James Warnock trained the Caledonian Terror, race number 4, another J. James Herbertson drove Eastbro Chrissy, another J. James Herbertson and Janet Exel combined with Princess Alexandra. Jason Ainsworth with Optimal took out race number 7, and I haven't looked at this race. Jackie Barker drove it. Yes, look at that. It would have been a clean sweep of the J's, a rock and roll jet and Jackie Barker. And I will be honest, I didn't know the result of the last race when I done it. But isn't it cool when those random things sort of happen and it's just there in your face? It's just quite funny, isn't it?
It is when they bob up like that, and you know I like to dive down rabbit holes. You're just going to send me down one with that because I'll go looking.
Looking for more now.
Looking for more. They're always out there.
I'll give you the other one. That's a smoke alarm going. You're burning your tea.
Yeah.
The other one that is very, very peculiar. It happens at Mildura, but Luke Dunn, Liam Older, Lockie Cook, and there's one other L. They all finish with each other. The L's. These 3 L drivers, the 4 L drivers, 3 of them will finish with each other. Luke Dunn. I'm trying to think who the other guy is. If you watch Mildura Trots when they're on, it's an amazing little stat that I've been able to pick up that these 4 drivers, 3 of them, will finish alongside of each other more often than not, and it's quite unique. So that's Lockie Cook. I'm just going through them trying to find this 4th driver. I know it's not the 3. There's always one extra one, but I can't find him. So yeah, right. The Cookie Monster. What happened with the Cookie Monster call the other day?
Yeah, it was just a great Chris Barsby call, as they always are. He come down the outside, and as he hit the front, and Chris says, "The Cookie Monster, yum yum yum."
So even during the busiest carnival, he can have a random thought. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. He is a genius with the stuff that he can come up with. So the timing of it was perfect. So I said to him, what are you going to do next time he wins? So I'm hoping the Cookie Monster can win tonight because I've teed him up that he needs to say C is for Cookie.
Rightio, hang on a sec. We'll get the time up. Everyone's going to ask what time it was. I think it was in race 7. The Cookie Monster, 8:20. So an hour and 20 minutes from now. If you're watching in New Zealand, 10:20. I haven't had the great man on tonight. I don't know where he is. Mr. Steele. He hasn't been on me number one. Well, not that I've seen. Anyway, he'll be missing the beautiful Queensland weather, mate. Last night of the Sorry.
He will be back in for the last night. He's jetting in.
I did know that actually. It was part. It was one of those things that he did put into his contract. I think that he had to be there for Blacks Are Fake. Firstly, how is everything looking ahead of the Blacks Are Fake?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. We're getting there, and all the hospitality and stuff looks pretty well sold up. And of course, we've got the Calcutta Thursday night. So if any of your watchers are there and don't know, the Brecky Creek Hotel in the Rum Bar. Calcutta tickets $10 in the draw, so it's a free event. But your Calcutta tickets will be $10 a throw. Last year, I think we ended up with about $34,000 in the pool, if memory serves me correctly. So it's always a great night to Calcutta. So that's happening, and then we don't race Friday. We'll get the track nice and prepped up for Saturday night, which should be one of the cards of the year.
Yep, no, absolutely. I got a gentleman watching called Taxi Driver. You reckon it'll be the movie or not? I'm not sure. I'm going from there. Actually, I've got to do something now. I've got all my equipment here that I can do it, because I want to show people how I have to. Are you watching this, or are you just talking to me on the phone?
I'm just talking. I can go back to watching it.
You might have to go. I'll do it in a sec. We'll do it when we finish. I've got a teaser for everyone when we finish. I've got a little video coming up. That rum bar, before we go too far, at Brecky Creek, you go into the Brecky Creek, most people just sit in that first bar section and the likes. It's outstanding, that rum bar. I don't drink, so anyone wondering, it's not because of the rum or anything along those lines. It's a cool bar in there. I reckon a lot of people don't even know it's there, mate.
Yeah, it's a great little spot. We did hold it there 2 years ago. It's a great. The whole pub in general. It's one of the iconic pubs in Australia, not just Queensland.
Yeah.
So it's a cool little part of it. It's tucked away, like you say. You wouldn't know it's there, but when you go in there, it's quite big. So for the size of it.
And if you get those inclement Queensland nights where it can just drop a thunderstorm of rain, it actually has a solid roof over the top too, which is always that little bit more beneficial.
Yeah, exactly, and we should be all right for a storm this year. The weather's looking pretty good, but they can come out of the blue, but that is a perfect location, and of course it is only just across the road from our track. So, hopefully, all being equal, the weather's spot on. It looks like probably it's going to be a great night. So, just going back to your random little thoughts and stats, if you could bring up Chantal.
Yep.
Stats.
Yep.
You're allowed to do that, aren't you?
Yeah, I can do anything.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of how much trouble. Rightio.
So have a look at her career driving wins, her career training wins.
So her career training wins, 1,569 wins.
Yeah.
Actually, what I should do is flick this over. We'll go clean screen so people can actually see it. Get off that. We'll go back to the training. So 32 years of age, 1,569 career wins as a trainer.
Yep.
And go driver.
Go driver.
429.
Combine the two.
You're kidding.
1998. So I've teed her up. I told her she needs to make sure she drives her next winner, because then it will be a neat 2,000.
Well, did I moz her career stats the other day?
And
I did moz them.
Yeah.
I have moz them. They didn't get a winner Tuesday.
No, they didn't.
Because she's sitting on 99 wins.
99, and it's 99 for the season as well as train. So she could get 2,000 combined total and 100 for the season. If she drives their next training winner. Right.
There's no pressure. There is definitely no pressure on her there. That is for sure. It was actually one of those bad things. She does a good job, doesn't she? Because she's never really on the best ones. I just looked there. She's driven 6 winners from 50 starts. She generally drives when Pete's got more than one in the race. She never really gets on one out horse in any of those races. So 12% strike rate. I suppose it shows how good their team's going, because their team's flying.
Absolutely.
But she does a great job, and 429 wins at only 32 years of age. Got 2 kids as well. So I think another one of those people that fly under our radar, Darren. That we don't. I think as an industry we don't celebrate them enough. We try to, but I think when you stop and look at it, you think, well, we probably should have done more sometimes, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. It's, the last few years they've been super. She's leading the Metropolitan Trainers Premiership here in Brisbane at the moment, so they're having a good run, that's for sure. And Gus leading the way, the little trotter. We
will touch on him in a second, but the one thing I will say, I don't think either of them love the media in any way, but geez, they do an awesome job when they do it. You get them and they're quite happy to do it once you get them. There's no hassles there. Like I rang Chantel the other day and I said to her, can I have a chat with Pete? And she goes, yeah, absolutely, because she knew it wasn't her. So she dobs Pete in and then tells him at the last minute. So it does work. But I think legitimately they are so good for the sport, the way they conduct themselves, for something that no one signs up to, but it's the way of the industry. We've got to change it and people have to embrace it, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. And, otherwise we go down the path and we're very close. I won't even I was trying to say that word, but can't get it out. Very close to becoming, a cottage or a niche industry or a niche sport. So if we want to avoid that, really, and to do that, we need everyone on board in getting forward and progressing things, trying new things, being innovative and getting positive stories out there and showcasing our people is a vital component of that.
And I think sometimes too, have fun, show people for who they are, if that makes sense. Like, I think that's probably the greatest strength of our sport. And it's Brett Coffey said it to me there one time, that we should be doing more behind the scenes, but we can't because we are so small that people might, would get embarrassed and wouldn't want to do it. But it is actually what endears all of us to this industry. The people we interview are what we like, but it's sort of the reason we like them so much is what probably goes on before the cameras are turned on or a microphone's turned on. You can have that little bit of banter. So I think as an industry, we probably just need to drop our guard a little bit, which is easy to say because the way the world is now, but just drop our guard that little bit and be who we are, I suppose, before we turn the camera on.
Yeah, exactly. And, quite often you'll see the very serious interview and, look, information needs to be put out in the correct manner. But at the same time, like you say, don't lose the identity of people. Like, why should we have to force them into being someone they're not just because we put a camera in front of them or, we want them to say these scripted answers. Everyone complains about footballers that they, answering cliches and stuff like that. Well, that's because they've almost been made to be that robotic because their identity as themselves and their characteristics are, they don't want them, whereas we should embrace it. Played golf with David Miles on Monday and we had a good chat about the same sort of thing.
No, you're not meant to bring his name into this conversation. You're meant to leave his name out of it.
And, we had a conversation about the same sort of thing about, that's what people, that's who people are. Why try to change what they are? Yeah,
no, I totally agree. And I'm going to continue to try and do it, but I don't want to embarrass people as well. And I'm sure you're in the same boat. None of us want to embarrass people. So, people just have to, it's sometimes, those things that people have to be able to enjoy and have fun and go from there. But D Miles, what sort of hat did he have on the golf course?
Look at his head. I was too busy looking at his swing because it was an Ambrose and he was carrying us.
Straight down the middle, not overly long. Just straight down the middle, walk up, hit another one, straight down the middle. I got no doubt how he plays. He's boring. He needs to put a slice or a hook into his game, doesn't he? How did I go? Pretty right?
Yeah, no. There was a few dud shots that sort of weren't down the middle, but I can't speak. People in glass houses.
Yeah, no, he's not too bad on the golf course, I must say. Alfie's son goes better, they reckon, so be very careful. Be very careful if he ever comes up in a twosome or something. Do not bet, I can tell you that. So, righto, Saturday night, completion of the night. I don't know why we're being serious because this is on loose lines. Who cares? You're about to start eating food, so I don't want to hold you up for too long. We won't go through all of the races, mate, but race 3, the Group 3 4-year-old championship, Frankie Ferocious He hasn't hit his A game yet, probably gets his opportunity too, but it's a great field, isn't it? When a horse like Duke of Scotland's first emergency after the way he went last week, it's a good field.
Yeah, it's a cracking field, probably the best 4-year-old championship we've had for quite some time, if not in the history of it. There used to be a 4 and 5-year-old championship as well years ago, but just the 4-year-olds now. Yeah, it's a cracker. Whisper a Secret, the fact that he won the Rising Sun, he doesn't have a Eureka slot yet, but there's 2 other horses in the field that are already confirmed for the Eureka. So, and Whisper a Secret is the favourite. So it's going to be a great race. Frankie Ferocious, been unlucky last start. So
can he turn the tables, you reckon?
I've got my concerns with Frankie Ferocious. The 2100, I think, is what is against him.
Yep.
He's never won over the trip. Last week he was settled. He was settled really well in the Rising Sun, taken back off the gate, but then copped the flat tyre. So, inconclusive there. But his first up run at the mile, where he fired right up out in front. If they want to push forward off the gate and then have the same thing happen, well, it's going to be a long 2100 if he gets keen.
Yeah, absolutely. Sure thing, captain, in that race. I reckon this would have to be up there with the horses most cruelled by barrier draws, especially in big races. I'm just having and I'm right here at the minute. Man, he can draw bad, can't he? You've got to go back to the 2nd of September since he drew a barrier. It's
interesting that he's even lining up, because 3 or 4 weeks ago he was out for 3 months and needed surgery, and but they've managed to nurse him through it, and not as bad as first thought, and he's back in action. So here he is, lines up, sort of fresh up. He had one start back from spell and won, and then he goes around here after being injured.
I want to ask you one question. I was just looking here. Artie Flash from that barrier draw 2 is a chance, especially if it can get the right horse to follow. I've just got over here B3 for Artie Flash, B4, B1, B3. What does the B mean?
So that's our Queensland handicapping scale that we have run alongside the NR system. So it's a band.
Yep.
It's called band 5. So if it doesn't have a band, it doesn't have a band assessment.
Okay.
So effectively it mirrors the old MO scale. So you hadn't won your MO. We call them qualifiers. You win your qualifier, you then become a band 5, which is equivalent to an M1. So you've won one city race.
So the lower the band, the B1 is as fast as
B1's open class. That's as low as it goes.
Okay.
So that horse hasn't made it through. So we have effectively, in carnival time, it doesn't really make much of a difference, but our standard Saturday night racing will have qualifiers, so effectively an MO and the old scale, and then a band 5 race, a band 4 to 2, free-for-alls open, obviously. And they do that, and we mirror that beside the NR rating as well. So it's just another handicapping tool that we have. So you might have, most of the horses that haven't got a band assessment as yet, that go into qualifiers, they'll all generally, on the most part, be around about the sort of 55 to 70 raters. So rather than they don't want to go in a 55 to 60 on a Tuesday, they can go in a qualifier, and they take then that band assessment if they win, so they become a band 5, but then they also take the NR rating points as well.
So there's a couple of anomalies on this race here. For Real Life is a 109 rating horse, but he's a B3, and because you got Whisper a Secret right next to him, 106, 3 points lower, but he's actually 2 points or two grades higher, if you like. And then the other one that I did notice is Free Thinker is a 90 rater, and still doesn't have a band, which is quite interesting. It might be because of racing through the carnival and mightn't have had that opportunity, I suppose. And
because there's certain races you don't take band assessments for. If it's a race that's a standard race worth $15,000 or more, you would take a band assessment. So,
Yep.
But that race he won last week, which was the Hayden, was set conditions 4-year-old. So
Yep.
He doesn't take it for there. So not only has he picked up the good win, it's also he's picked one up on the handicapper as well.
Oh, the handicapper would love that. The handicappers hate those sorts of things. So yeah, and well done with the Hayden too, and great publicity last week as well. It's a race that is going to grow, and I'm sure plenty of people will start sending their horses up there to get ready for it a little bit earlier as well. With the right horses anyway. The Ladbrokes Queensland Oaks, I almost got myself into trouble there. Probably marred a little bit by the scratching of. Very pretty in as far as it appears. Millwood Bliss now is a prohibitive favourite. Very pretty, got a bad draw, but I suppose we're still going to make it a little bit of a betting race. It's an interesting race now.
Yeah, it certainly opens it up a little bit, I guess, from being a one-horse race. Well, sorry, a two-horse race. It might sort of now be a one, but AEDT Mickey, I think if she gets the right trip, she's certainly a threat. And her Southeast Oaks victory 2 weeks ago, that was really good from gate 7. So, but I guess the form lines and the talent that Millwood Bliss has got, it all points to her now.
Yep, we've got Joel Watson watching. Hello to you, Joel. He's a good man, Joel. He's puts plenty into the industry. I like these guys. I've probably missed a few people that are watching too. It's interesting because Rayleigh Rainbow actually goes good. Its figure form is nothing. So 3-back defence might not be a bad spot for that horse behind Millwood Bliss and Rayleigh Rainbow. It's had a couple of ordinary draws lately, so might be able to hold up and get to the home straight anyway for AEDT Mickey. So yeah, I don't disagree with that.
And good gate speed horse too. So and has won when leading. And she's no slouch. She contested a New South Wales Oaks final as well.
Yeah, and did she run fourth or fifth?
I think she ran fourth, and the other one, the Xena Rainbow, I think it ran third.
Yeah, and it's another Chantal Pete Turvin horse. So yeah, the Derby, good field. Barrier draws have made this a bit of fun, isn't it?
This is a really open race. We really struggled working out sort of how this one might play out. I think Minos, he's been going, he hasn't had any luck with barriers. You talk about bad barriers since he's been in Queensland. So he gets his opportunity to bounce back. He won the Bathurst Gold Chalice, defeated Soho Spectre in that race. So he's got Soho Spectre to his outside. And 5 horses that contested the New South Wales Derby will line up in this Derby. So people saying that, the strength or, trying to downplay it, well, the form's carried through.
Yeah, a horse like Major Hot though, brings bloody great New Zealand form and comes into this as well. I felt for them because I think it was Soho Spectre was the third last horse out, Major Hot. There was still barrier 2. It was one of the good barriers was still left, and unfortunately for Dave and Stace, they picked up barrier 12. So definitely going to make it harder, but the longer trip brings everyone into it. Bay of Biscay is a high-speed horse. Whether he sits out the back and gets a soft run, he's got blistering speed, but he's also strong enough to get put into the race in excess. It's great field, ripping race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a cracker, as are most of them.
Protostar, you wrapped with how this has come about, albeit with bittersweet, unfortunately, being scratched today, which is unfortunate for Connections all round, both Brad Hewitt and the Connections who owned the slot, and the Thurstons, of course, who were the owners. But great field.
Yeah, it's take that unfortunate incident out of play, and it's still a great field, and 2-year-olds running for big money, and I think next year you'll see a lot more people throwing their hat in the ring to get a slot in this race. I think it went under a lot of people's radars for this first edition. I don't think that will be happening next year. $30,000 slot to run for $500,000. So
yep.
It's looking forward to that, and I think Fade Awaits. I hopefully haven't mozzed him. I marked him as a winner of this race back in February. So
Sweet on Lexi was outstanding last week, wasn't it? It was brilliant. I thought it was just, yeah.
Absolutely.
It was interesting. We say about, line and length, and we want people to show more character in that. They interviewed the Free Victoria drivers. I don't know if you saw it. It was on the Harness Racing Victoria, and it was a reel, I think, that Bronte Nonberger did. And I think they started, I don't know which way. Oh, yeah, actually I do. Damien Burns, couldn't be happier. Perfect draw, couldn't be happier. Aaron Dunn, perfect draw, couldn't have been happier, couldn't have wished for a better draw. Nathan Jack, the perfect draw, you could not ask for a better draw. I'm like, seriously, you guys. I don't. It was almost.
You couldn't have published what Bernie said when I was sitting next to him. So.
With which horse?
Sweet on Lexi.
Oh yeah, well I wouldn't doubt that either, because Burns filter's not quite as good as what it probably should be. But what a cracking bloke he is. He's good for an interview, but he won't give you one. But and he puts plenty of money into the game as well. So yeah, but anyway, I'm sure that. So yeah, but anyway, we try and ask him to be a little bit different. Right.
Yeah.
Odd things that do happen. Now this was a manual field selection. The blacks are fake. Jason Grimson must have been wondering what in the hell was going on. How did this happen? All these horses, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. That's amazing, isn't it?
And he picked them all himself, so he's got no one else to put it on.
Did he really?
Yeah, he tried to get young Archie Morris to come up with the first one, and Archie's no, and so Jason did the first one, and then the next one, and they all got drawn. I'm pretty sure if they didn't all get drawn out of the barrel by the name to come up in order, there was only one that was different as well. So
that would be My Name Is Jeff. Hi, my name is Jeff, because he was an OD.
Yeah,
he was an OD. Yeah, Brad Steele.
Yeah.
Brad Steele, where have you been, Bradley? But anyway, we got you here. But geez, you'd be kicking. He would have had to have had a stiff drink after that, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think the last one he got was 11, and there was still some frontline ones there, and there is a photo of him just the head thrown back, almost resigned to how on earth could this happen. But that goes back to many people who say, the computer-generated barrier draws are out and they're wrong, and the algorithms stuffed and whatever they want to say. Well, here's a perfect case of, it's luck of the draw.
I saw that and I thought, you can't. I thought you couldn't make that happen. It just wouldn't happen. No. It just wouldn't happen. Leap to Fame, barrier 1, turn it up outside. What was it, 2 starts ago, 3 starts ago? They had similar barriers, albeit it was over the mile, I think, on that occasion. This will be a little bit different. I'm sure Cam Hart and Swayze will be punching through pretty hard on the back of Turn It Up.
Well, that's where it all comes down to the emergency too. So if the emergency doesn't go into start, Swayze goes down inside the second.
Yeah, and then Narano, well, geez, that changes it a wee bit, doesn't it? I didn't actually.
Yeah, it certainly does. So.
Brad Steele been taking calls for Aussie connections for the Cup and Show Day. Has he changed his tune, eh? He'd be just rapping the Queensland Carnival. He's just got to get the New Zealand content in when he can. The Trotters Cup, the depth in the Trotters, and while Brad's on here and everyone, I love the Trotters. I'm unashamed trotting fanatic. I think it's a way to grow our sport. This Queensland Trotters Cup Group 1, this is a cracking race. I had Ewa Justice on just there before with Mufasa Metro, and she's probably right. He's a class runner, contested the Interdominions and the likes, but up and coming horses, a horse in dynamite form who could go all the way right through this whole year. Like, he could really change the way everyone looks at this sport at the minute with Gus. It is a cracking field, and I suppose hats off to Queensland for what they're trying to do with the Trotters and growing them. It's working.
Yeah, absolutely. You only got to look at Tuesday's race meeting Albion Park. 4 trot races there were on the card.
Yep.
I did a little bit of research. 10 years ago, in the carnival, there was 1 trot race. I think it was 10 years anyway. A period ago, there was 1 trot race in 4 Saturday nights of July.
Wow.
This year, you look at the Great Square. We've got 2 Group 1s, the Great Square, the the Trotters Cup, the DJA at Group 2, the Cup last week that Gus won. So, the Trotter has really exploded, not just in Queensland. Queensland is probably exponential, the way it's grown, but the rest of the country as well. And
Yep.
they're a way forward. So Mufasa Metro, he's certainly a class runner. Where he gets to the run probably determines his fate a little bit, I guess. So Gus, I don't know where him off the gate. They might just try and nurse him early because he still is.
Yep.
While he's trotting really well, he can still do a few things wrong. He's still. You think of the fact that he came across in March of 2023 to Queensland as a one-win trot. Here he is now. So, amazing effort there. So, rocking with attitude. They might just press the button early with him or with her and get across first and weigh it up from there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Go Lucy is there. Tracy Wiley. I think Michelle was on earlier. She might have tuned out for the time being. But when a horse like the Locomotive's first emergency, and he is a class runner, albeit he might be still a couple more runs away. He's a colt. But yeah, it's a great race. London to a Brick, like you didn't even mention him, like last year's Great Square winner, and I don't think he's been bad at all. He's 2 runs up there, so it's a terrific field, and going from there. Adele would not surprise me. Good to see Jack Butler post on social media the other day, mate, in much better spirits, which is great for the industry.
Yep, certainly. He did have an operation on Friday. So by all accounts, things going pretty well after that. So yeah, good to see him. And spoke to Chloe on Tuesday, I think it was Tuesday or Saturday anyway, and just said to pass on our best wishes from everyone in the sport because we need to see him fit and healthy. So hopefully all is well.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. He does watch a lot of my shows, but he doesn't now, and I reckon it'd just be because it'd be taking a lot out of him. But yeah, definitely could not agree more. There were 2 other trots. So in the last 8 days, in the top of my head, I've worked out that you've had 8 trot races. They were the Oaks and the. I should actually get the results up while we're going here. The Trotters Oaks and the Trotters Derbies. Yeah. The Derby, unfortunately, was I suppose cruelled, if you like, because of racing them both on the Friday night and both on the same night. But I know, talking to Bricky and yourself, it will be looked at. It'll be monitored year in, year out. But 7 runners in the Oaks. That was a good result.
Yeah, certainly, and probably could have been 8 because the one of the horses in the Derby was actually a filly. So they've probably looked at the split percentages, and it was more beneficial to run in the Derby than the Oaks. So I think they, picked up a little bit extra money for 4th in the Derby that they wouldn't have got in the Oaks. So fair play to them, I guess. But it probably shows that they need to be separated just with the depth of them. My Ultimate Sonny, he was super in the Derby. He's a nice little horse, and Jared Elton's got a bit of time for him.
Yep.
And Lucky Mum.
I think Goat's okay. I think he's going to be cruel by his name because everyone's going to be putting a fair bit of pressure on the horse. But he looks a horse that, he might be back for your Great Square next year, because by the time he's done 12 months of racing down here, he might be okay. And Pizza Prince has been going okay. The depth in the field actually wasn't too bad. It's just unfortunate, as you said, you only had the 3 boys, which was the issue.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Goat, because he's bred to Northern Hemisphere time, so he's really only sort of 2.5 as well. So he'll certainly be better for it. And Pizza Prince, he's a progressive type, and they rolled the dice, tried their hand with him, and kept My Ultimate Sonny out just to try it out. But didn't sort of, in the long run, they were still able to get 3rd though. So it was working until the 400. And then it just got a little bit, unfortunately, didn't quite work. I think the other horse showed his class. So, he's having a few days off, going to try to qualify from the stand back in Sydney. And if he does, he'll be back for the Triads. He'll be back for the Triads in August, and then he goes for a spell. He'll be missing the Victoria Derby.
Okay, that's a pity.
He's just Jared was of the opinion he's just not mentally or physically there at the moment to have a long season.
Yep. No, we'll look after him, and like Brad's there at the minute. There's the next 3 years, a Dominion handicap in New Zealand's $400,000. There's plenty of prize money. It keeps getting better. The Great Square, he's eligible for that next year as well. So he's eligible for it this year, but obviously next year he might be better for it as well. And a race, knowing what Queensland's like. Lucky Mum's an interesting one. I see that she's come over from New Zealand to Australia because she's on her way to America. It's an interesting little sort of side lurk.
Yeah, so Al Barnes, who of course works at Albion Park, the Creek, and he sourced this horse for American clients, and brought her over with a view to getting in the Great Square, which she was able to do. She won the Redcliffe. She ran a track record at Redcliffe at her first start to force her way into the Great Square. She then did really well to run third in that race.
She was and never shirked it, did she? She was terrific.
No, absolutely super. And then so she's then won the Oaks, and she's off to Melbourne in a few days' time, where she'll get on a flight and head off to America.
Yeah, exciting for people going from there. Our New Zealand correspondent has chimed in 5,000. He's right too, actually. $500,000. That might make Jared sit up a bit. A $500,000 3-year-old trot slot race on show day in November. That might make him sit up and have a think. That's for sure. There's going to be a few. There's quite a few horses in Australia, people in Australia who aren't aware of it. I do know that. I know one camp is well and truly aware of it. I might have a hat and jacket on of theirs. They are well and truly aware of it. Don't believe they've quite got the horse this year. But yeah, it's exciting, and it's so exciting. The prize money definitely brings excitement, doesn't it?
Yeah, and it's the old saying, isn't it? Build it, they will come. And you put those good money races, and all of a sudden you get a good quality field. You've only got to look at the Proto Star as a key example of that. $500,000 2-year-old race, and realistically, as 2-year-olds, there's probably no other way that we would have got that field together. When you look at the fact there's a couple of Q breds, a couple of New South Wales breds, some Vic breds. They probably don't come together at any point in the season. Perhaps in seasons gone past, the Breeders' Crown might have got them together, but that sort of slid to a certain extent in getting them all at the same track at the same time. So,
and let's be honest too, they're an out of season. Most people don't want their 2-year-olds in work right at the minute because they want them up and going late August, through to Christmas if they're good enough. So they know there's going to be a drop-off period, so that's where they try to put them out. Where you've got, what do you got, six Victorian horses? 5 Victorian horses have made the trip, up there for that very reason, because of, and they're not worried that it is out of season. I hate it when you hit the wrong button and go from there, but there's definitely 3, 4, 5 Victorian horses have made the way up there, plus New South Wales horses. So as you say, it definitely works. Build it, they will come. As long as they know it's on, they'll come to it and go from there. So,
and 100%, and that's why I think next year's will be bigger and better.
Yep. Yeah. Well, actually, so you've got 1, 2, 3. So you got 3 New South Welshmen, 6 Victorians, and 2 Queenslanders. Is that right? Am I missing someone? I might be missing someone. No, but roughly anyway. So I mean, you've got them come from everywhere, and that's one of the great battles, is trying to get all these horses to line up and be alongside of everyone. So but going from there. Right, I'm going to try and get this up. Are you watching your screen yet or not?
Let me just go back in there. Yep, I'm there.
Right, well, I've just got to try and hope this works. So that's half my problem. I can't see. Oh, yeah. So I'm going to the Vincent Delaney Memorial, and Derek Delaney obviously sent me this through a WhatsApp app. This is their mobile. So they didn't have a mobile because it's in England. It's actually at Wolverhampton, so it's in England itself. To get a mobile there was going to be near on impossible, and it's on a Gallops track. So this guy has got a Range Rover and built it. Like, this is the passion of harness racing. So in England, it's so small. So this guy has got a Range Rover and cut it up and built it for the guys at no cost. Done all the lights and everything else like that. Like, it's bloody brilliant. And have a look at that. Wouldn't you like that? I reckon that would look good going around the creek, mate. So, yeah, it's beautiful. I don't know. Oh, let's see if
It's got some disco lights on top.
That's what I was going to say. I'll just scrub back there now. The ones above the thing. I was looking at them and I was like, wow, look at those. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I'm really looking forward to it. That's the 10th and 11th of August. So I'll tell you what, if you like, try to keep up with me. Or I'm going to be in England. I've got to try and work out that bloody accent. That's going to throw me out. They're going to know I'm a convict, that's for sure. But I just reckon that's really cool. That come through from Derek late last night, and I said to him, that's going to make its way on my show, and he said, nah, go for it. But again, I think sometimes how we sell our sport so short, because that's the passion. That's what people do in this industry. We get behind it and embrace it and really enjoy it. So I think it's pretty bloody cool, actually. So yeah.
Yeah, 100%. It looks very similar to the 2015 when the winner of they had the Inter-Dominion qualifier come out from England, made the thing.
Oh yeah.
The Inter-Dominion Meadow Branch DJ.
Yes.
And I went to York and watched the qualifier that day that he won. Very similar sort of mobile to that. So
yeah,
might be based off that.
I'd say there's probably every chance it is based off that. So yeah, and it's an amazing. I tell you, like, I'm looking forward to catching up with the guys over there. One stud over there in 1 week bred six. They had 6 runners in America when the Meadowlands first opened up. They had, well, at the time I think they had the fastest horse, probably not now, but it went 149 on this day. So they bred 6 horses that raced, 5 raced at Meadowlands and 1 at somewhere else. Five horses won. One of the horses at the Meadowlands didn't, because it was in the same race as another horse. Like they're doing amazing jobs over there, but they're struggling, and that's what I'm looking forward to getting over there and seeing them, because the one thing they have, and we got to have it, they have so much passion driving it, so it's pretty exciting, actually. So yeah, so I am looking forward to that, mate. I'll let you go. I'm having chow mein for tea, and it's cooking, and I can smell it because I'm upstairs, and I haven't had a dropout. I've worked out my dropout. You wouldn't believe it. Do not have Wi-Fi on. If you want to know a trick, Darren, don't have Wi-Fi on.
Yeah, I've worked that out with a few different calls I've got to take.
Yeah, you got to have Wi-Fi off, but on my streaming, I've been dropping out, and it's been driving me nuts, and we couldn't work out what it was, and I had Wi-Fi on. Don't have Wi-Fi on your computer. Long story, but yeah, but it was plugged into the Ethernet. But yeah, the Wi-Fi can do it. So because that's what seems to have done it. So yeah, I'm very happy. But anyway, the chow mein is wafting up the staircase. So I'm getting hungry. So
you ready to get into that chow mein? I'll get into my teriyaki wings.
Yep, and we will have a cook-off show. We'll have to do that on FaceTime though. We might get Brad Steele to, he might cook us a bit of Asian. Has he told you the story about his Asian? I'm going to let you go, but has he told you the story about his Asian visitor that he's had?
No.
No, we'll wait till he tells you about that one.
I'll find that out I'll ask him on Saturday.
Oh, you'll get told that, and a frost. He didn't know what frosts were, but he knows what a frost is, and yeah, and the Asians are extremely friendly in Christchurch as well. So yeah, so go on from there. Juanita Breen, hello to you, and Johnny Power, who is my tech man, who told me off when I told him that I had my Wi-Fi on. He told me off, and he'll be very happy watching this. I'll get a phone call from him in a minute as well. Mate, thank you. Really appreciate you coming on at no notice. Well done to Albion Park and the Creek for the great racing they've had through the Queensland months. Get me up there next year. Get me up there. But anyway,
yep.
I'll talk to my people. You'll talk to my people. We'll go from there. But and don't be too nice to Brad Steele, because he ain't coming back anytime soon. So he'll be fine. All right, mate.
Okay.
Thank you. We had Darren Clayton and a little bit of fun, but yeah, thank you to everyone that has tuned in to the show. Of course, it was for the harassed trotters. That was a bit funky, wasn't it? I don't know what happened then. Let's focus on it. I would say something flew across in front of the screen. But anyway, that's okay. Harassed trotters, of course, successfully sold all 14 mares that were advertised on their online sale today. So congratulations to everyone that got involved in that, Mark Barton and the Yabby Dam Farm Harassed Trotters team as well. And congratulations to all the people who purchased those horses. Always a good result when they find a new home. plenty of racing coming up. Ewa Justice was on. Jackie Gibson at the start of the show. That was a while ago with I Keep Smiling, getting an invite to the Eureka, but also winning the Golden Girl last week as well. So congratulations there. And Wayne and Judy Loader, Wayne and Judy Loader, and the Western Force slot. I think hats off to you guys. You're local and you're keeping it local, and I think that's great. We need that sort of, I suppose, passion, if you like, if that's the right word. Thanks to everyone who has tuned into the show. On Loose Lines, we'll be back next week. I'm not going to England until the week after, and we'll go from there. I keep saying fix me setup. I've got to fix the setup, but got family issues this week, so we'll get those sorted out, and maybe when I get back from England, we'll change it up again. But we've just got to get my hats back up. I haven't had a new hat come for a while, so we've got to get the hats back up and go from there. But yep, thank you very much to everyone who has tuned in, and we will see you guys all next week.